Greetings. Salutations.
Hey, everybody. So, Rob, you were just showing a record. Do you want to show it really quickly?
Yeah. So this I picked up today. It's called Like Wild, Marty Paich with art covers on here, and it's on Interlude.
Okay.
If you look this up on Discogs, it's interesting.
Here we go. So we're on Discogs. So here it is. Is this the same label here?
Yes.
Okay.
Right
so what this record is, so let's take a look. It's saying it's released 1960 on Interlude. It's going to be Art Pepper and Marty Paich. I never get his name right.
Paich.
Well, anyway, so that is going to be these three records. So it's a comp with samples, not samples, but tracks from this record.
So it's three, yes. Which
this record?
Yeah, hot potato, hot piano.
And this record.
So that out of all those three, that is a pricey record.
Yeah, I just ran into a copy of that at the record fair in Clemens a few weeks back. I want to say it was $300.
Well, it's not a cheap record, but all those are on Tampa. And from my experience, I think everything Interlude released, they took from something else.
Okay.
But
what did you pay for that?
$20.
Nice.
It's really nice condition. But someone plays guitar on this. I've looked at all four records.
Is it Howard Roberts?
All 4 records. There's no listing for anyone playing guitar.
What track is it?
It's on the second side, so it's dual.
What are we discovering? I got distracted.
I got it.
It's on Tampa originally? It's a comp? What's the deal? I missed it.
Yes,
it's a comp of 3 records that were on Tampa.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and this one's good too. I've almost purchased.
So I had, my buddy at Omnivore, they might repress this. It was mastered by Kevin Gray. They put it out for Record Store Day, I think, in 2017.
So this is Art Pepper, Ben Tucker bass, Russ Freeman piano.
Yeah.
So it's quartet. Yeah.
There's only one song, Art's Opus, is on this from that album.
Who do you think the guitar player might be?
Whoever played with, I'm going to guess whoever played with Marty Paich.
There were a number, I think, of guitar players that Tampa put out.
Well, but also Marty Paich had a good run on Warner Brothers records.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. That's interesting, but there's no listing whoever plays guitar. So.
So, okay, just to shift things really quickly. Just a quick announcement. Our friends over at JMI have a new record coming out. It's Myron Walden, Flutes and Strings. So just wanted to pull this up. What do you guys think about this record? Do you guys know these players?
No, I don't know anything about it yet.
Myron, I don't know.
Okay. Cool. And then, they also have this Max Girl. This just came out too.
Oh, cool.
Wasn't Felipe talking about that?
Yeah. Yeah. So, and that's mono. That's I think it's recorded and cut in mono.
Any of you get the David Murray that came out today?
No, that's
the one or somebody else.
The one with the singing on. It's on. Is it on Impulse or Verve? It's on Impulse. Impulse. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds beautiful.
It's a new release.
Yeah, it's called What Bird Serenade.
We looked at it.
Is it 2 LPs or?
Double LP.
Double LP.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting it.
Yeah.
I love the piano player on it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that looks cool.
Yeah, it sounds incredible.
Yeah, so let's see. So tracking angle. Let's see what
is that the Birdsong Project who put that out? That's weird.
Did he give a ranking?
I think it's part of it.
Because remember that big box that came out a few years ago? At the end of the pandemic.
That no one here bought.
No, Mazzy got it.
I bought it.
I know. That's what I meant.
It's a great set, great music. It's a lot of variety.
I remember when you showcased that. It was really cool packaging.
I continue to pull out like random discs. There's like 18 discs or something like that, and it's all kinds of music, and it's just a great vibe to when you're in the mood. Very chill vibe in some cases. Yeah.
Hey, Brandon.
Hey.
Good morning. Good evening. Wherever you are.
we wanted to talk Jimmy Smith.
Yes.
So, I picked up a few Jimmy Smith records along the way, but I started listening to his early stuff on Blue Note recently. And I was just thinking, like, obviously there's organ, but like just trying to put was he the first kind of person to popularize jazz organ? Was he like the originator of that?
I don't know.
I don't know, but he was very, very popular.
I've been listening to all this hard bop stuff from the mid 50s earlier, and it's like, is this like the first time like this type of organ sound comes in? It's like a new sound that's being introduced.
Yeah. Isn't that what the album's called? The New Sound?
Yes.
Exactly.
I mean, according to the internet, he kind of is credited with, making it popular.
I know it was party music, and there were a lot of people that, danced around to it.
Mm-hmm.
Was he Blue Note's most popular artist?
I think he was one of them. Yes,
yeah, for sure.
If not, he was like top 2.
Yeah,
I love these old Blue Notes. The 161 Lexington.
I can tell you from hunting around. His Blue Notes are the most affordable.
Him and the 3 Sounds.
Yep.
Yeah. They sold a ton of records.
They pressed a ton of them.
Because they were top selling.
That a New Sound I listened to, and I was like, I think I like whoever plays guitar on that. I really like how he and Jimmy played together on it. So, which is different than his later stuff. So this was kind of the first time hearing that early stuff, and then I was like trying to place it like how new this was to the the listeners back then. So that added like a really fun way to listen to it as well. So, and that record, I think you could probably get an early pressing in nice condition for like $100 maybe, something like that.
Yeah, that's the most expensive one.
This one?
Yeah, that's the expensive one.
Oh God, I got it for
that's an early. What's the number on? It's like it's an early 1500.
Yeah, it's 1514.
Yeah, so that's an early
Schwartz on guitar.
Yeah. I've talked to people about this, but the organ was much more popular than it is now. Mm-hmm. So that's one of the other reasons that
jazz
records are so cheap. They're cheap because people go for it's not what people want now these days.
Well, but if you compare all the jazz organists around that time, there are some artists. Like in Charles Kinyard, his stuff goes for a little bit of money.
Yeah, Larry Young's stuff can get up there.
Yeah.
There's some Freddie Roach stuff that can get up there.
Oh yeah, some of those Blue Notes.
I don't get why people don't like the organ. I think it's the coolest stuff. It's got a great vibe to it. Forget the price, whatever it's worth. It's great music.
I found this over last Saturday. But they're different. Like there's so many. I like the more subtle guys. Like my favorite on Blue Note is who's the other guy?
McDuff?
Huh?
Jack McDuff?
No, not Jack McDuff.
No, he's
I like
more
Ruben
funky.
Wilson a lot.
John Patton.
Oh yeah, John Patton.
He's my favorite. I mean, Larry Young is probably up here, but John Patton compared to all the other guys like that. But this is a kick-ass record.
Yeah, I like. I have to say I don't love all of Jimmy Smith's stuff. Some of it I find pretty boring, but he does have some really cool stuff. I have like 6 or 7 of his records of the ones that I really like. But I kind of like the later stuff, like Ruben Wilson and like the funkier jazz organ guys.
The Ruben Wilson, some of his stuff, and then is pricey.
I was just thinking through like earlier jazz organ, and Count Basie definitely plays organ on some of those early Norgran stuff. I don't know if that probably came before Jimmy Smith.
It's not the B3 though, probably. It's probably playing like an old Wurlitzer or something on that old shit.
I mean, where did people
actually Jimmy Smith played a C3 because that's what was at Rudy's studio. It was a C3.
Oh, interesting.
Which is, I think, just a almost like a bigger. Just
Right.
imagine a B3.
It's one after B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
That's
the early
like
stuff
big,
because
right?
it's going to
I
church.
think it's
man.
almost twice as big of an organ.
Yeah.
And jokes, please. Jokes.
No, yes.
Yeah,
That's what she said.
Exactly. Thank you.
So I was Brandon, do you want to share some Jimmy Smith records?
I'll show you the few I have. I used to have more, but I kind of sold them. And they don't.
Well, you
get
either
that
sold
much.
them or you didn't. You can't kind of sell something.
Okay, I sold them, but I don't remember which. It was the ones I found to be a little more like that sounded kind of like you're at Fenway Park.
Dude, every time I play any Oregon jazz, my wife's like, "Oh, it feels like I'm in the mall in the 80s."
Oh God, come
Oregon
on.
story, you know?
Listen,
But
kids.
here,
I
I
love that
couldn't
shit.
find
Me
the
too.
one there's one I really like is that
It's not the
Jimmy
guy who plays
Smith
with the
and-
Dodgers.
it's
David.
on Verve, the Jimmy Smith and Wes Montgomery with that terrible cover.
Where they're
I forget
sharing
what
a
it's
hot
called.
dog sandwich.
Yeah, where they're eating a sandwich together like they're married. That record's great, and everybody seems to like that one because I used to go to this wine bar every night, and they had a turntable, and you could bring in records. And I brought that record in, and the owner was like, "Can I please keep this for a couple weeks?" He just totally loved it. It was very easy for a lot of people to like that Jimmy Smith and Wes Montgomery. Here we go. Okay, so here's the kind of the classic is the sermon.
Yeah.
That's his best record as far as I'm concerned.
It's pretty cool. So this is like not just this. What's kind of cool about this is, most of Jimmy Smith's stuff is blues. But this record on the side 2, the sermon's very bluesy, like 12-bar blues. But side 2 is much more interesting, or not that blues aren't interesting, but it's just more different for him. And I really like the song JOS, which is the one where he does the weird organ sounds, or it sounds like an alarm's going off.
That record kicks ass.
I need that record.
And you can still find.
Isn't that one on either the classic or the Tone Poet
No,
list for this year?
I
don't
think
think
so.
it is. Is it?
It's either that or House Party, but they're doing a Jimmy Smith one.
I don't
but
think that
It
one.
is a really. This is a. I don't know if this is an original or like a second or whatever, but it's a beautiful cover, and
Yeah.
it's just a. For
Like he's
just
holding an invisible, like large hoagie.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Or a very large concert,
Well,
invisible
he's-
concertina.
An accordion.
No,
Yeah.
he's
playing
showing
a
how big
concertina.
his organ is.
Concertina?
Hey,
Huh?
I have both the mono and stereo, and the stereo has
Concertina is like,
a sticker
Yeah,
on
it's
it.
like an accordion with the buttons. Yeah.
and sometimes they make them that look like a big tail.
Yeah, it's all the thing they used when they would stick it in the Trump doing this thing. They would put the
He's
concertina.
balling up his
Oh,
fist,
no.
getting ready to punch Mazzy in the face.
So you got Jimmy Smith, Lee Morgan, Lou
I'm above
Donaldson,
you.
George Coleman, Tina Brooks, Kenny Burrell, Eddie McFadden, Art Blakey, and Donald Bailey drums. They're not all on every track.
Yeah.
So,
But how much of that same lineup's on House Party?
It's
pretty
very
similar.
Yeah.
So
It's
it sounds like it's like
but I
a
don't
blow-in.
think-
Is it essentially a blow-in session? I mean, I know he's playing organ, but like that's a lot of people.
Oh, yeah. There's some throwing down on that record.
There is, but I don't think I would put it to the level of a blowing session. But it's everybody solos, so you get a lot of solos.
House
The
Party's
repressive
one.
sermon is coming from
Here,
somewhere.
I'll grab House Party next because that's one of the ones I have.
Well,
I think this is an original or maybe a second pressing. I'm not sure.
it seems like
Looks
Blue
awesome.
Note would be the only place it's coming from if it's coming from this year.
Yeah, I don't.
They don't really license much out separately. I mean, since
There's
VMP
House
is
Party. I don't know. This is a New York label. I don't know if that's the first.
4002.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
This is a super clean one. I like this record a lot.
I don't have that one yet. Mike, can you send Carlos a link?
I don't,
Yeah.
but I still like. There was a time where I was like, I don't know, like I got kind of burnt out. I don't know, but now I'm kind of back into Jimmy Smith. For a while, I was like, this stuff's boring. But,
You know, people bitching about organs is like the same people that bitch about vibraphons.
Agreed.
no,
Who are they? Name them, Mazzy.
no,
I don't
the
know.
the organ people are not the
I
vibraphone
love
people.
organ, love vibes.
No one
No, but there are
talks about
different
vibes
people.
that way.
There's
A lot
also
of
the
people I
people
know
that
don't
hate
like
flute.
vibraphones.
Mazzy just offended everybody.
Yeah,
It's true. He's right.
I'll send you his
I'm trying
PO
to keep
box
up with Rob.
so you can send him a
This
nasty
one's
letter.
pretty. This is like a bunch of standards, and it's pretty. This is almost like background music, but it's still pretty cool.
Why do you have an
Some great
umbrella?
players on that.
Summer
Why do I have
breeze
what?
umbrella. Oh.
Are
Great
you
players
talking
on
to
it.
me? You talking to me, Mazzy?
It's a summer breeze with an umbrella, like a summer umbrella.
It's a parasol.
You know what?
This is not an umbrella. This must be a parasol, right?
Oh, parasol.
Yeah, can
Okay.
someone get Mazzy a time machine so he can go back and yell at Jimmy Smith?
You know, in French, it's a parasol or a parapluie.
Hello, Marcella.
You know what? Jimmy Smith in your karate outfit, can you karate chop Mazzy, please?
Okay, so, I like this. This is probably my favorite one.
Yeah, I like that one too.
It looks like it's
That's
Woody
the-
Guthrie record.
Fun and funky
Yeah,
and
yeah. So this is
bluesy, Turrentine. Like, this is kind of like bar music, you know? This is pretty cool.
Now that
So
was
it's Jimmy
a
Smith,
classic, I think.
Stanley Turrentine, Kenny Burrell, and Donald Bailey. That's kind of like
I like that record.
a real
Yeah.
simple four person quartet.
that seems like that quartet. They did it at the Chicken Shack, right? Back at the Chicken
Yeah,
Shack.
and it's the same. Here we go.
Here we go.
I think this is an original Chicken Shack. I can't remember.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
I got these a long time ago when you could get them all for $20.
Bill in the vinyl verse in the YouTube VC thing that we do, he went to the site where that photo for the cover was done. It's in Pennsylvania.
Oh,
The
cool.
Chicken Shack still there?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, I thought it was record collector Jim's backyard.
Oh,
Mm,
yeah.
That's fair.
We got chickens in our neighborhood.
Yeah,
I kind of like hearing them in the morning.
we got goats and things around here. There's a
I love that shit.
yeah.
I dig the morning sound. Some people get annoyed, but
I like it too. Yeah.
And then this is a really good one too, is Rockin' the Boat.
I haven't
Chill.
seen that.
This has Lou Donaldson, Quentin Warren, and Donald Bailey. So it's a slightly different group. Quentin Warren on guitar. You know, all this stuff is like kind of like, it has its place, you know?
Yeah,
Yes.
that one's really chill.
Is there a theme tonight of Jimmy Smith? I didn't get that memo. Is that a thing, or you
Yes.
just happened to stumble?
Yes.
No.
And,
Here's what happened. Mike fell down a Jimmy Smith hole, and he needs to release his.
Is that?
anxiety.
I mean, I'm just curious. How did this come up? Is this something that's planned?
No,
Yeah.
it happened on this.
Yes,
on
no.
the-
Which is it?
Well, we were
Yeah.
just we were talking about it in the chat, and
Okay,
then
planned planned 3 hours ago or something like that.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, the
Not-
Discord. I don't go in there. Yeah. Okay.
No, the messenger chat that you ignore that you're a member of, Mazzy.
Yeah, I do ignore. I ignored all messenger. chats.
Mazzy's
you're on there.
busy writing down all his stupid jokes.
I don't
Leave
like
him
good. I don't like group chats.
all right, let's get back into Jimmy Smith. Here we go.
Right.
Okay, so this is Jimmy Smith at the organ.
alone.
Also,
That's
Lou
an old
Donaldson,
one.
I have
Kenny
that one.
Burrell, and Art Blakey. This
Is
is
that
the
the
one I
50s?
would recommend that a lot of people don't know.
Yeah.
This one's pretty
All
cool.
right.
Is that from the 50s? Is that like one of his first records for Blue
I
Note?
think so. This is a reissue. This is a Liberty, like a 67
Hmm.
or 66 Liberty.
Aren't there 2 volumes of that?
What?
There
Yeah,
are.
there are.
Yeah.
Mike, you're the master at looking stuff up. When did this
I
originally?
think that
come
might
out?
be one of his first records.
What's the number?
What's the catalog number?
The original number was 1551.
Okay.
There's the other volume.
So I guess it's like late 50s.
Yeah, it's later. The first Jimmy Smith was 1512.
Let's see it, Ray.
Where is Felipe?
Um,
His voice just comes out of
He's
nowhere.
right there. He's right drinking his
Oh.
Dr. Pepper.
It's my channel, belongs to me.
Goes to Felipe.
Okay.
Wait, I got a couple more.
So what do we want to? What do we want to see here?
Oh no, I think that's it. One,
It's
two.
seven.
It's
Yeah, I
also
own
tri-
7. That's 7.
There's also
Oh, I
live
own. I
records
used to have a
in,
few other ones where
1528,
Look at that! Look at that! We got Charlie Parker in the house. They do Yardbird Suite. That's cool.
I knew that would hurt.
There we go.
Nice. And Kenny Burrell. Nice.
That looks great.
And actually, the stereo sounds pretty. I tend to go for Jimmy Smith and that kind of stuff. The monos to me generally sound better. It's just organ just kind of sounds good with that punchy mono sound to me. But that's just me.
No, I agree, Brandon. That's Yeah.
The sermon, I have both, and I prefer the mono of that.
yeah.
There's a question to keep at Tony.
What?
That's the Kenny Burrell? That's the new
Yeah.
one, right? But
Yeah.
this is an expanded for the first time, right?
Exactly. So the
So
Kenny
you
Burrell
don't have
record,
this.
it
Tony.
should be alright. People are already receiving it. I
I
think,
saw it in the store. I saw it in the store today.
I talked to Chris Brown yesterday. He already has his. He's preparing his
Yeah,
video.
it was at Easy Street today. I saw a copy.
Is that? Did they who's re-releasing it?
It's a
Okay,
tone
Blue,
poet,
yeah,
a triple
it's
big
a tone poet, just like they did last year. The
3-record set.
Tony Rollins triple at the Village Vanguard. They're doing this one now.
That sounds awesome.
So yeah, it's pretty cool.
It was like $72 at a local today.
Yeah, it's a triple record. I mean, it's kind of a bargain if you think about the price things are going
Yeah.
now, right?
It'll be a bargain when it's $40.
How
on
much
Amazon.
was the Sonny?
all right.
The Sonny Rollins though was like 63. It was a really good deal.
Okay, yeah. So I've been living with this record for the past few months. They sent me an advanced copy digitally with the booklet and everything. And I think just to answer your question, sorry, Tony, yes, it is really worth getting, especially over an OG. This record is notorious for having distortions in the early pressings. Okay. And the version I have is the Chad 45, which is much better than the one Mike's showing, for example, in terms of like, quality and sound fidelity and everything. And this Tone Poet, it is pretty good. I find quite interesting that we have the full session, all the sets they played, and some songs you can see them. The version that went into the album, the version that was rejected, some songs that never made into the album. It's interesting to see why they made decisions the way they made. Some songs feel more finished, so I think whatever ended up being on the album is really good. Highlights to me is the material that comes along with the album, the booklet. There's the interview, Don Was interviews Kenny Burrell. So there's an interview with Kenny Burrell, and he reminisces and talks really nicely about the sessions, how things went there, his thinking, the band, his relationship with Blue Note. Is really, I think it's a document. I mean, Kenny Burrell is pretty old, guys. Probably his last interview. It is registered really nice in a booklet in such a release. Also, there's a really, really nice essay by Sid Schwartz talking about the history of the 5-spot. For the ones that are not familiar, there are many classic, special, important records recorded at the 5-spot cafe. The 5-spot, which was repurposed and was sort of managed by the Termini brothers in New York. It was a venue that was interesting because they were playing more like advanced music. They're giving more space, although they were not paying shit. For example, Cecil Taylor played there. He was paid a lot less than many of the other acts that used to play at the 5-spot. So there's the Monk and Coltrane at 5-spot. There's this one at the 5-spot. I believe there's a Tarantino at the 5-spot as well. I mean, there are plenty of great examples at the 5-spot recorded. So just to finish, yes, it's really worth it. My record has not arrived yet. Should be here tomorrow. I don't know what happens every time they send it to Michigan over to Florida. There's somewhere in Ohio, like some cities in the middle of nowhere in Ohio. The record stick it in there for like 5 days or so before they keep going. So that's why I don't have my copy yet. So I'm looking forward to see what Chris Brown's gonna say about his copy, and it sounds amazing. And from what I communicated with Joe Hardy, he said the record sounds even better, which I believe it is true. Thinking about what they did to the Sonny Rollins last year which was one that I was listening to an advanced copy digitally, WAV files, so super high res. But I think the record comes way better in the mid range with such detail base and warmth, and compared to these early pressings with all that distortion and thing. However, you're still gonna get some distortion, okay? Even in the new one, it's not a problem with the tape. It's not. No. Joe told me that Kenny was really cranking up his amp, so that was an amp thing. It was not the tape. Don't talk about mastering. Stop that. Don't say any more BS. It was his amp that was
saying any BS, Felipe.
Because people like to what X seconds of track, whatever. I can hear whatever in the
No, it's true.
in the 5,000 dB range. I think the mastering, the guy.
But
No,
is
stop
that
that. Shut the fuck up.
Is there a
the amp
result?
was distorted. That's it. End of conversation.
Okay. Because I have that early pressing. It's a Liberty pressing from the original mono stamper, and it's noisy. And I heard that stamper's on the originals like that too.
Yeah, probably.
So
yeah.
that's what I hear on this. I can't even get past that to hear that, like if the guitar's distorted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's that component as well. And I think it was perhaps not initially cut that perfectly anyways.
Mm-hmm.
But this new one is amazing, guys. Buy it. I'm gonna wait for the Amazon. Say wait. I don't care how much you're gonna pay, where you're gonna. I don't care. Even at 72, even at 72, a triple record, it's amazing. I don't care what you think about the price. Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's good for you.
In my auction tomorrow, I have my 80s version of the album, the DMM.
Yeah, the DMM is pretty good. I like the DMMs. Yeah.
All right, cool. Should we go back to Jimmy Smith?
Yes. I have it. Whatever we're talking about, I have it.
Okay. All right. Okay.
That's my comment.
I'm sorry, Brandon. Did you have any more to show?
No, that's it. I showed those 7.
Okay. What's up, Carlos?
How you doing?
The Jimmy Smith topic awaken you to jump on the stream?
No.
Oh,
No, just want to jump on a stream.
come on.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
as listen.
I
It's
do-
as contagious as his organ playing.
All right. Well, we don't have to. We can end the Jimmy Smith stuff.
Let's see. Tomorrow I will have a Jimmy Smith for sale. The midnight special.
Oh, that's a great one. I
okay.
love this one.
So it's a, let's see. It's a 1961 OG mono.
Putting that posted remind me of Dr. Robert.
Yeah, I know. I had to make little notes on the H1 because people get, they want to know all the details. So
I understand. I get it.
All right.
Cool.
I did pick up recently. I picked up the hell was it? It's the Jimmy Smith on Verve. What's the name now?
Rob, do you have Jimmy Smith on ice?
I'd rather put you on ice.
What is that like? Is that like Reuniti on ice?
Yeah,
This guy.
That's a good one. Mike.
excellent. Yeah,
So,
you should grab the reissue that came out recently. That's good.
my local shop had this. It's like mint condition for $10, original pressing. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, his Verve stuff is like dirt cheap.
Yeah.
Well, not that record. That record's expensive.
Is it?
Yeah, I got a deal.
Mm-hmm.
So
I probably have 7 or 8 Jimmy Smith records.
Yeah, I have a bunch too. I didn't know that was in the queue, so I didn't pull them up.
all right. Well, hold on. I got a couple things I could show.
Jimmy was It's one of the hardest instruments to play, the organ, the way he did it. And he was extremely successful, one of the most top sellers on Blue Notes with the three sounds.
Yeah.
And he went to Verve for a pretty good chunk of money. He was really well paid to go to Verve, had a great contract, and he was recording hit record after hit record.
Wasn't he very good about shepherding young artists? Like he was the mentor to Foster, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he was sort of a genius in a sense, for sure. And he played a little bit of everything in terms of style, in terms of approach. He's great songwriter as well. All right.
Felipe, we pulled, I don't know if you were on the stream at the time, but we pulled up one of the early 1500s he did. And he does 2 Parker songs on it. He does Yardbird Suite. And so that's pretty cool.
Yeah. When I was in New York last November for the Vanguard, we went to the jazz record. I bought 1512. That's why I mentioned 1512 was his first one.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah, we bought from Ken.
Yeah, it was a Lexington too, right?
It was a Lexington, man. $70. What a steal.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. All right. What else?
All right, I'm jonesing the show record here. Let me just jump in. I'm just gonna quickly show this one. Felipe and I have been chatting about it. I got this from Rich Capeless. He doesn't mind me mentioning that. And he gave me a great deal on it. It's a early pressing of Birth of the Cool.
Nice.
So it does have a turquoise, and it plays really nicely. There's a little bit of noise, but honestly, it's not much. And I have like early Capitol Sinatra records, and the vinyl is a little noisy sometimes. So I feel like this is, it's a good pressing. Anyway, it's something I'm kind of diving into. I've listened to it a couple times, trying to contextualize it. It's 1949, and they sound like this, which is obviously, early, what is it? I mean, is this like West Coast cool, basically?
No, it wasn't. It recorded in New York, right?
No, I know, but like the style,
Jerry Mulligan and Lee Konitz wrote a lot of the music for it. So
Yeah, but the thing is, he was kind of departing from bebop. So I'd say that this record kind of broke bebop in a sense, because he wanted to do his own thing. He was kind of not playing with Parker anymore too much, and he wanted to create his own trademark, his own imprint. That's when he first met. He was with Gil Evans already, right?
I don't know.
Or Birth of the Cool.
Yeah.
Isn't Gil Evans one of the arrangers?
I'm not sure. No.
Oh yeah, Gil Evans is an arranger on it. Yeah.
Yes. So I think it was one of their first interactions, and he wanted to do something different. He wanted to depart from that, making more with less, which was always his trademark, right?
Well, and really, wasn't it very? Didn't they really not have a leader at the time? It was more just kind of these artists coming together, and then they picked Miles because his name was popular at the time.
No, that was his project.
Okay.
And that was one of the things that kind of, this never took off. It was supposed to last longer. It was supposed to have more recordings, but those guys, they never figured out a way to work together after that. It was a couple sessions there. So it was a very short-lived.
There you go.
Type of project.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, I think it's a cool record. The songs are cool.
It is really nice. Nice.
Yeah. So I'm really happy to get it.
Yeah, but it didn't last long. It didn't last long because they just couldn't get along pretty much.
Brandon, are you familiar with that record? I'm sure you are.
I didn't. You guys were talking, and I was kind of embarrassed, but I didn't hear what the record was.
Oh, Birth of the Cool, Miles Davis.
Oh yeah, I used to have an OG. I'll go look. I might just have a reissue of it now.
Well, what do you think about it?
I like it, but it's not like it's not the time of Miles that I go to, if that makes sense.
Absolutely, yeah.
I got it because of its importance, and I used to have an OG. I got a really good price, and now I have one of those like original tape reissue.
Oh,
that
nice.
Nicely.
Yeah. I think he was sort of starting to find himself as a solid composer, band leader. He's starting to mature in that way, but then also in 49, 50, that's when he goes really back deep into heroin. And it takes like 4 to 5 years to really put his shit together and become the leader that he becomes in 1954, which is really nice portrayed in that craft box that came out last year. And there will be another box this year for Miles 55. Yeah.
I didn't know he composed on it very much. I thought mostly it was Jerry Mulligan.
Jerry
and Lee
Mulligan,
Collins.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it came out in 49. I think like 48, 49, 50. So I'm pretty sure this is basically this is from like 56 or 57. So this is a comp of 78 stuff after Miles started putting out a ton of records on Prestige.
Yeah.
Like Capitol was like, we got Miles, and they put this out as a comp in 56. That's why this turquoise, I think, is only 57, I think it is. The pressing. So
Well,
yeah.
Now that they're considering those for Tompo, it's like the Surge
Charlotte.
Blue Surge is
I
coming out.
don't think Harley's going to do it.
Why not?
I think
like
it just sound quality. I don't think it meets the Tompo requirements. I think this is my total just opinion. I have never spoken with him about that, but like I just feel like he selects titles that are the best, like recorded for Tompo.
But could it come out as a classic then?
Yeah, I think classic more likely.
Yeah, but
the classic doesn't do Capitol. So
I'm curious. Is that album a comp, or it's a straight out album?
It's a comp. It's a comp of the 49 sessions.
Right.
Yeah,
so
are there
more? Is there more music from those sessions?
I don't think so. I think this is it.
There's a couple of CD editions that they complete.
Okay.
Yeah. They try to reconvene a couple of times, but they never happened or never worked very well.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that he's a seller. If there's a sort of selling records aspect,
yeah, absolutely,
for Blue Note, that they would put that out.
Hey, Mike, I'm sorry to butt in here. I need to talk to you off record sometime soon. I got some news for you that I can't really.
That's why messaging him might be a better choice. Now everyone's going to think you're going to tell Mike that you're going to adopt.
What the hell, Mazzy? Creating drama?
No, it's not drama, but I think it's something only you would really care about. That's my point.
All right,
it's not. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
But getting back to what we're talking about, Mazzy.
Well, anyway, it's one that I've been waiting for, and I know. So I wanted either a early copy, right, or there's a Classic Records reissue of this, and it's supposed to be the best sounding one that they put out. But it's like $125. So it came out like in 2006 or whatever. Michael Hobson's Classic Records put it out. And people say that is definitely a great sounding version of it.
Well,
so
the problem with that record is you see it a lot. It's just trashed. It's all scuffed up every time I see that record.
I feel like when you date a record like 57, those records, it's like a miracle if they survive.
But it had to be a popular record that sold a lot and people played it a lot.
Yes, it was quite popular.
Yeah.
And especially after, so this was like late 40s, early 50s, and then you have kind of Blue, and then, Miles get even like superstar kind of treatment there. So they did. And he had the school image, right? Look at his Milestones cover. Look at this Round About Midnight cover. He was personified the school. If you Google the word cool, Miles Davis will pop up in your search bar, right? So Birth of the Cool made even more sense to be reissued over and over and over by Capitol, for sure, to this day.
Yeah, it was probably Lester Young who made cool slang.
Mm-hmm.
But Miles turned into pop culture. It transcends music.
His wide brim pork pie hat.
Oh, that's interesting. So was cool a jazz term originally?
Well, amongst other things, yeah, it was cool. And then later the beat movement, that was later. The beat movement took it over or used it.
I think
Well,
a lot of
the
beats
beat
were into
movement
jazz. Beats were into jazz. So
yes,
you know,
Well,
different-
for sure. But I was just wondering if cool was like, an adjective to hot jazz, cool jazz. Like, I wonder if that's where it originally came from.
That generation grew up with bebop.
Yeah.
Right, and I was,
and that's why they were kind of
when
eager
we were
to
talking
break
about
up
Jimmy Smith was like a lot of the people that not everyone went to rock and roll. A lot of people really stuck with the jazz, and Jimmy Smith was party music. So there was a lot of people that were sort of diehards, as far as I understand it, that wanted like, oh, I don't want this rock stuff. We want to stick with our jazz,
Yeah. So anyway, Birth of the Cool, I'm glad I got it. I have a lot of early Miles, so I feel like I don't need any more of like his prestige or anything, but this was a gap that I had, and I really did want to get this because I know this is like a different project for Miles, and I just thought, and it's it's early, so I thought it's really cool. It kind of I have been listening to a lot of Parker with Miles. Miles sounds okay, but like he's not like he's still developing. Like he's 100% still developing. And I think Parker loves Miles, even though I know there's like, but I just suspect he's like a father figure to Miles in a way. And then Miles kind of does this next, and it's really good. And then his prestige stuff. Yeah, I mean, generally all of that is good. I mean, maybe I don't know. I mean, it's pretty much all killer stuff.
Have you read Miles's autobiography?
No.
I recommend it.
Yeah,
Because he
it's
talks
interesting.
about
There's
how,
an episode,
when he went to New York, of course, to go to Juilliard, he really didn't care about going there. He went there to find Parker. That's why he went to New York.
Yeah.
He wanted to find Charlie.
I like
Parker.
the audiobook version where he's talking. He's going.
But it's interesting. I
Bob
think
doesn't really like Charlie Parker. He doesn't like that old jazz shit.
Talk about Miles. That's what we're talking about.
But it relates to Charlie.
Hold
Parker.
on, Felipe. What do you got?
I think there's an episode that they're like in the Midwest or in West Coast, and Charlie Parker wasn't paying the band, and then Miles just breaks a bottle and is sticking to his neck and say, "Dude, pay us."
Yeah,
that's in the book there. Yeah, that David mentioned.
He says something like, "I'm gonna kick your ass if you don't."
Yeah, you better pay us, and then he gets the money. Yeah, that was pretty interesting.
All
But
right.
it's fun. I mean, there's a lot of extrapolations there. Miles is Miles. And if you want to get a really like nice account, read to some of like 3 or 4 other books written by different people about Miles, because they're going to mention his book.
What year did that come out?
I think 88, 89.
That's your first press. Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
89. Yeah,
Do
this is the
you know who
89
wrote
version.
it with him? Does it say like goes written?
Yeah,
with?
it's in the cover there. Take a peek, Dave. It's in the cover. Who wrote the book?
Who is it on the cover?
Hold on.
On the bottom of the cover.
Yeah, I just forgot his name. Yeah.
On the cover of the literal cover.
Oh,
of the
Quincy Troop.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to pick up another one here, which I think is pretty nice to read as well. Hang on just a second.
Yeah. I should read that. Yeah.
Can we do a video where Mazzy shows Dave how to read a book?
Mazzy, do you have Birth of the Cool?
I do. I have several copies, and I remember early on in my YouTube career, I remember Fremer did a thing. Remember that double one that came out with the rare second disc? I think Universal. Who was it? It must have been Universal.
Yeah, he trashed it. He said he called it a sonic abortion.
Yeah, and I did a video about a sonic abortions, and I played it. I didn't mind it. I liked it, but I hate to say this, but it's kind of comes down to that. Yeah, it's a 1949 recording or whatever it is, and I really liked it. I have other versions, and if you A/B them, one's a little better, but it's not a sonic masterpiece anyway. And it didn't bother me as much. So I just think sometimes people go over the top, like sonic abortion. Really, I think that's my personal take.
Yeah, I never thought it sounded bad.
I mean, it's not like these tone poet, these 50s.
No, it's not super dynamic, but it sounds fine.
And it has the extra stuff. That's a compromise sometimes. I forgot even what it was now. Was it a live set maybe, or what was it? I don't even remember what it's on there.
No, No,
Okay,
it's
so yeah,
it's all
so I
it's all studio material.
It's just different sessions.
Are they just outtakes or alternate versions? Okay.
Yeah, and when you listen to like Jerry Mulligan's like Prestige records from like 1950, like those 10-inch records, and there's all those guys like Connitz as well. He's part of this. They're
Right.
putting out on Prestige like around this time, and it all sounds like this, but it's just this with Miles kind of a thing. And then Miles goes off and he's putting his records out, and he has a record with some of them, but then he quickly kind of takes lead and I think starts like shifting a sound. And I think it's moves towards hard bop, I guess. I mean,
Yeah.
it's probably more nuanced than that, but
And that's also when Jerry Mulligan moves to the West Coast. He's in New York at the time, and then he moved right after that. He moves to the West Coast and starts his band.
Yeah.
right with Baker.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's another Miles record which I like in a record, not book, sorry, which I like and recommend you guys check it out. It's called So What
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
by John Swed.
I wonder where they got that title.
Yeah.
Oh
And
wow.
it is
Great
pretty cool
back
because
cover.
because it's written like after I think it's a 2002 release. So and he cites a lot Miles' autobiography and kind of corrects them with the extrapolations that he makes, which are kind of funny. But it is a really good book to read called So What, guys. Check it out. You can buy used on Amazon for probably less than $5. You know.
Cool
Did
cover.
anyone get that the recent Tone poet, the Art Pepper?
Hold on. I
Yes.
just want to go back to the 10-inch. I actually have a couple of these. So this is I think it's like a 51 session, Lee Konitz featuring Miles Davis.
Nice.
It doesn't have the full lineup on it because that's just how they it's actually the lineup is probably on the label here, but there's that one. So this, so they're continuing Birth of the Cool, they're close to that. And then this is Miles Davis compositions of Al Cohn. And this has Al Cohn, Zoot Sims, Sonny Truitt on trombone, John Lewis, Kenny Clark. So those guys start coming in. I don't think Kenny Clark was on Birth of the Cool. I think that's Max Roach.
No, he was not. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Max's career is incredible.
His late stuff on those Italian labels is really cool.
Up,
Really
Yeah.
up.
What year?
Up.
What year were those?
Like
Italian.
late 70s, 80s. That
Right
stuff is
here. Just found this today.
Interesting. That's when I saw him, I saw him 2 or 3 times in the 70s.
Yeah,
Mhm.
this is awesome. This is from '83.
Yeah. Mhm.
And
Okay.
this lineup, this band is Odine Pope, Calvin Hill.
What label is that on?
Water. This is very modal, kind of gets a little avant-garde in it. It's good.
Mhm.
And they
Yeah.
play some Monk.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I picked that up pretty cheap too, as I recall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Those
these
are great records. Those.
Yeah, I've been finding these soul nodes. I found this Art Farmer one.
Mhm.
There's a good Max Roach with there's a couple good Max Roach soul notes.
Well, he
One
has
with
that
One with Anthony Braxton is great, and then he has another one with Cecil Taylor. Those two are really good.
but on Soul Note, he has those ones where he does it with string quartets.
He has a lot on Soul Note. He did
Yeah.
a bunch of different albums for them. He did his drum ensemble and Boom. I think
Slap you in the face, Paul.
So that's
Yeah,
cool.
I was telling Chris about one, Max Roach and Dollar Brand, but at the time, Abdullah Ibrahim.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's Streams of Consciousness.
it's a great record.
Mhm. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So I got some interesting things for you guys as well that I check on this week and today. Again, I have not received my FedEx
Kenny Burrell.
Ken Burrell, whatever, right? So, but I got this record here. It came from Outside the Music label. It's by a pianist from New York called Caili O'Doherty. And the record is called Bluer Than Blue. Are you guys familiar with this one? Do you guys know who Lil Hardin Armstrong is?
No.
It's an easy guess by her last name.
I
It's an
guess.
easy guess by her last name, right?
The grandkid of
Yeah.
She was
No,
married
he-
to Stretch.
No, she was married to Lewis.
His wife, yes. She was married to Lewis. And I think it's interesting, a discussion I had with Mike a few months ago, maybe like women, right? Oh, there's not so I think it's just like pushed to the side, swept under the rug. I think women in jazz probably have huge work there, influence. So she wrote a lot of the stuff, a lot of Armstrong song, and she wrote song for many other people like Aretha Franklin, Ray Charles, and so on. So Caili O'Doherty, she's a musician, piano player, educator. She is a composer, arranger, and she was doing a research for one of her academic works about Lil Hardin Armstrong. And she found this amazing story about her, and she decided to record a record about some of her work, less obvious tunes that she wrote for other artists, for Louis as well. So, and this record just came to me this week, a couple of days ago, and it's amazing. Those songs are absolutely amazing. I recommend you guys search for this one, because it's about a matter of like recognizing, checking, learning more about it, and being less prejudicial, being more
so is it this Caili O'Doherty who's doing Lil Hardin songs, or is it Lil Hardin songs?
No, she's doing Lil Hardin songs with a band. Yeah, she's with Tamir Schmerling on upright bass, Corey Cox on drums, Nicole Glover on tenor sax, Tahira Clayton on vocals, and Michael Mayo on vocals. So there's male and female vocals. Outstanding. This record really surprised me. It's a great pressing as well. And I think it's important for people to be more aware of how important, influential women are in jazz, although
absolutely
it's a very misogynistic environment. I think just all the guys are great and nobody talks about the women, only like a handful of them. So it's important to celebrate Lil Hardin Armstrong's legacy, her work, and enjoy and get more acquainted with her songs. It's on outside.
She put out a couple albums herself, though, right? Lil Hardin.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But they didn't do too well, I don't think.
No. Yeah. I mean, go figure out. She's not a man, right?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I know that had a
yeah. It's just terrible. But yeah, highly recommend this record. Really, really good. Okay, another this guy, he was on my list for like best records of the year last year, and of course I'm talking about Luke Stewart, great bass player from DC. This record came on Cuneiform. Cuneiform is a DC label. Last year they had a really nice one. I think the one that you guys probably are more familiar with was the Tomika Reed +3, her quartet record. And this Luke Stewart Stilt Remembrance Ensemble, it's called The Order. I just received it today. And anything Luke Stewart, I'm just buying because he's probably one of the coolest musicians these days. For the past like decade or so, even more. So there's a lot of poetry here, lots of yeah. Luke Stewart also has records on Pi. Okay, this the same label as the Tyshawn Sorn is, but it's on Cuneiform, which it's a label that's more they do like advanced stuff, and the beautiful cover. He was at Big Ears last month. I think whoever was there was able to know Roberto. No, okay, this is music. Okay, it's not media. Sorry, yeah, it was not released on vinyl. I'm not sure if it will be. I don't know. So great stuff here. Luke Stewart's one of my favorite musicians these days, and the band Luke Stewart, Danielle Carter on alto sax, Brian Settles on tenor, Jamal Moore percussion, Chad Taylor on drums. He's a very constant collaborator with Luke Stewart. You guys should definitely check out this record.
What label?
Still Remembrance, Cuneiform. That's what I said. Cuneiform Records.
So these just came out today?
No, it came out a few weeks ago, but I just received mine today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
CUNY Farmers on Bandcamp. They have a lot of alternative music, not only jazz. They have like rock and punk and stuff. If you want to check this label, really, really good.
How essential is Bandcamp in your music discovery?
Very good. I mean, I always read their newsletters. There's newsletters every month to see what's up here and there. And I think it's important also to follow your favorite writers on Substack, people that are writing what's going on right now, like Phil Freeman, Burning Ambulance, which does a great work, has his own label. Also, he's been reissuing a lot of obscure Anthony Braxton stuff from later. His later period. I love reading Sid Schwartz. Many other, Lewis Porter, right? Yeah, I love Burning Ambulance. It's a podcast as well. You can listen to his podcast. Phil Freeman wrote the book on Cecil Taylor that came out last year. He was kind enough to send me a digital copy before release. Yeah, just great stuff there. Harmony Holiday is also there. H&N. So I think that's fundamental. That's essential to read what these guys are discussing, talking about, suggesting. Because in a sense, nobody knows more, but they just something that I hear here. I mean, my chat to someone there, and it's just a matter of like sharing what you think is cool. And these guys, they do it in a very nice, sophisticated way. I think it's just like amazing to follow good writers, and it's much cheaper than buying a crappy record, you guys. Every month it's like $5 a month to follow a writer. I think it's good. It's really enlightening. Something else that I got this week, thank you, Michael Mormon, Michael Notes and Tones. Here it is, the Hoy Ryegrove Quintet. It came directly from Japan. Yeah. This record is absolutely outstanding. It's a 2008 recording. That finally came on vinyl, and I couldn't be happier with it. I'm not sure if it's available, sold out. What's up with it? It is terrific. It is really, really terrific. Hoy Ryegrove Quintet. Year food.
Very cool.
I just played it once. I still have to clean it.
So what year is that? Like, how does that fit into his
2008? Late in his career. Okay. Let me open it up.
And who's he playing with on that?
Mm-hmm.
Is it I'm sorry, is it a quintet or a quartet?
It's a quintet. That's the title of the record.
Okay.
Ryegrove Quintet, yes. So let me go here through the Japanese liner notes. It's really cool. It's really neat. Denton Bowler on bass, Montez Coleman on drums, Dustin Robinson alto sax, Gerald Clayton on piano. Gerald Clayton had an amazing record on Blue Note coming, I think it was like 2 weeks ago. And the main theme is analog turntables. Gerald Clayton, to me, is one of the greatest piano players of this generation as well. Super great.
He was pretty young on that, huh?
Yeah. He was 2008. Yes, he was a kid here, right, Carlos?
Yeah.
And let me see if there's a picture of him here. Yeah, I suggest you guys follow the work of Gerald Clayton. He's one of the best contemporary musicians these days. Great composer, great arranger, melody, right? And his father is John Clayton, who is in Diana Krall's band with Anthony Wilson. Yeah. And lastly, this package just came from the UK today. Shout out to Chris Brown, who I got one of his records here. I'm going to ship it tomorrow. This is an artist that we have been following for the past 2 years or so. He's from the UK. His name is Andy Hay. He's a drummer, percussionist. You guys familiar with him, right? Yeah. So he's an artist as well, not only a musician. I mean, he's a painter. He's a multitasker. He does a little bit of everything. So we just got his latest release. It's called Equinox because we are in spring. So Equinox, right? He was holding the record to be released now. you can say he's a jazz musician. I wouldn't go that direction. He has like jazz records. He has author records. Sometimes he goes more.
Isn't that like a common thing? Like, sorry if this is like,
yeah, no, sure.
wrong, but I just feel like artists today, they don't identify with jazz. They'll play jazz and I feel like, I'm sure there are people who do that, but I just feel like a lot of the young musicians that we have on the channel, they are playing everything, you know?
Yeah, especially in Europe, I think that's a thing that we talk about, right, Mike? I think American musicians in general, they kind of feel, I don't know they feel, but
this is a hot take.
It sounds like they bow to tradition. They don't go very far. European music is way more open and interesting and adventurous, way more. Okay, and they just do whatever they feel like doing. They don't have to honor anybody. They don't have to follow any steps or anything. And I think that's a valid take.
I think they have more audiences to go see them live in a different way that are more open to experimentations, unless you're in a place like New York, maybe LA.
But the records
probably the fact that they have more history.
But the records are more experimental. I think people still bow to Coltrane, to Sun Ra, to whatever, but they just go in every direction. You listen to European music these days, especially the stuff from like those labels from Finland, from Estonia, from Denmark, from whatever. The songs are not like people just do something here.
Because it's so much easier to tour around Europe and cities than across America, where there's a lot of areas that won't.
But that's fine, but doesn't address the point.
Well, it does, because if you have to eventually make. I mean, you can be an artist and have no audience.
You can try and tour. I think what Maz is trying to say is you can tour in the U.S., but you don't have a lot of venues that are open to what you're trying to do.
Yes,
and it's a farther reach to get to the various.
That's a larger cultural point.
Yeah.
Yes, but I think you see a lot more experimentation, right, Matt?
Absolutely.
I mean, why isn't that
so many artists in the blues
different
field?
instruments, more electronics, more mix of things like distortion and guitars and or just like open space, nothing happening. Just.
But Felipe, do you think the tradition has, like, they have an awareness of it? So like, do they or don't they? Is there any influence?
In the US or European?
In Europe, by the tradition. In the US,
they do have, and if you think about, I think that's why American artists thrived in the European in late 60s and 70s, because they were way more receptive. Because here people just wanted to see like funk and fusion and stuff, and in Europe they were more receptive to those guys from the old times. However, I think nowadays it's a lot more experimental, it's a lot more adventurous, interesting music, intriguing.
But it's not just jazz. I mean, a lot of these
for sure,
post-punk and punk bands who weren't the big bands, or not that any of them were that big, have a life 40 years on touring in Europe now today.
Yes.
Felipe, do you think like the labels like Free Music Productions, FMP by Brotzman, do you think those have more influence in the experimentation for today than the tradition in the United States?
No, I think it's more a recent thing. I think Brotzman's kind of, it's no. How can I put that? I mean, even if you see like a guy like Braja, he's not recording for American labels. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
he's doing a few other projects too now.
Yeah, I mean, this kind of idea, so I think they're way more open to experimentation and lack of structure, lack of, again, bowing to tradition. So, for example, let me show you this work by Andy Hay, okay? To start with, there's some cool videos about his last releases by John DeVore, by Chris Brown, by, I think, Scott Spinner in Scotland also talk about them. So first off, the music is very open, creative, and so this is his last record, just came out, called Equinox. Okay, So I got 5 records here, one for me, one for Chris Brown, and some other folks that we bought it as a group. Look at the covers. Can you tell the difference?
Yeah. And,
Every single one of this is hand painted.
oh.
Okay.
And how many do you have? You have 3 variations?
I have 5 here. I have 5.
And is it, the record's the same?
The record is the same.
So basically, it's kind of like what Paul McCartney did with McCartney 3 with all the color variations.
No, he does it by hand.
And I bought all of them.
No, Maz, you missed the point.
No, I understand. It's like this. It's like the Sun Ra stuff, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andy Hayes been doing
No, I
that for a long
understand the
time.
point. I
Yeah.
was
So here's the other one called Polaris. This came out last year.
they're one-off art pieces.
If you roll your fingers here, it's texture. Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah. This is amazing. And he includes with the records the booklets. The booklets, it's hand bound.
Wow.
He knit it himself.
So you collected them all for the art differences, the art. piece.
No, this is not mine. I'm just keeping one.
Mazzy, pay attention. He got a group order for people.
We got a group order to beat.
God damn it,
I
Mazzy.
missed that. I'm sorry.
We
Someone
bought
texted
it as a group order to.
You're a
to
one-stop. I get you're a one-stop. You're a distributor.
to
Got
beat
it.
the 30-pound.
Now, how do you decide which cover that you're gonna?
Yeah, how are you
It's
going to, which
random.
cover
I
are you
don't choose a
picking?
cover. He just sends whatever, and I'm going to choose.
No,
one
which for
him.
you? Which one are you gonna keep?
Yeah, which
I
is the
haven't
fun?
thought. I haven't thought about it yet.
Okay.
And with each record, he sends a card,
God,
like also
Mike's
hand
been
painted
around
and everything.
wax too long.
Since Chris isn't here, Mazzy, leave Felipe alone.
Yeah, you know.
I apologize. I will pay attention.
Where is Chris?
So it's really cool stuff, you know.
I don't know.
And it goes to show how. But the music's amazing. I think that's the most important. The
Yeah.
music's amazing.
Nicole definitely
And
needs
what
to
he
go.
does.
Nicole's
So go
welcome
check
here
him out.
anytime.
He also paints. You can buy
Alex,
paintings.
you're welcome too, Alex.
Yeah, Alex, let us know. Love to have you.
Yeah. So yeah,
She's in the chat, Alex. You didn't have to lose $3
yeah.
to say it.
Well, so sort of. It is. He is Coltrane influence for sure. Coltrane, Sun Ra, some others Coltrane. His jazz production, I would say, is more around Love Supreme, because they put vocals a little bit, some chants.
Did Felipe just mute
So,
himself?
no, I'm some noise going on here.
Hey,
But,
Felipe,
yeah.
you mentioned that Braha record.
Mhm.
You're talking about the first one, right?
Any record that he does.
Well,
yeah.
that first one was big. It's been reissued, 3 or 4 times. Interestingly, this week, a friend of mine in Valencia, Spain, reissued that on cassette. Limited.
Mhm.
Jose Guerrero, he plays in Betunizer and Quelo.
Mhm.
He's got a record label called Mascarpone Records,
Okay.
and they reissued the Braha on cassettes. I think 70 copies available.
Oh, that's nice.
So if anybody's, wants one for the
Yeah.
boombox, you can get
Yeah.
that from him on Bandcamp, I think.
Yeah, I mean,
Does
he's
your
yeah,
B Corp
he's
distribute that?
yeah.
What's that?
Yeah.
Does B Corp distribute that?
Yeah, you can probably get it through B-Core, but I
Mhm.
think, depends on if he drops them off at the shop or not. He's in Valencia. He's not in Barcelona.
Got it.
You probably get it just direct through him through Mascarpone
Yeah.
discs.
Yeah, I mean, Dev is an amazing guy, great musician, has great ideas. So just like the Equinox label. And if you guys are not familiar with Andy Hay, I highly recommend it. Check it out. Go to Bandcamp, listen to his stuff. I am sure you'll be very satisfied with the kind of work that he's putting out. It's really cool. I think it's nice to see how music can be refreshing, because you can tell, well, he cites Coltrane a lot. Yeah, he does, but in his own way, It's not like, I don't know. It's hard to explain. Right?
I'm
Recommend.
trying to bait Alex Diamond Marimba to come up on screen.
Oh, good luck with that.
Alex, I sent you a link to your Instagram. If you want to join.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool, Felipe.
Yeah, no, that's all I got for today. I'm gonna be showing stuff. I'm done with that.
Well, I do have other stuff to show, but I want to know, Carlos, what have you been listening to? You want to show some records?
I can show what I'm gonna have for auction tomorrow.
No, what the hell? This is a promo vehicle for your auction.
Infomercial. I have
No?
it. Sounds amazing, and it's a bargain.
All right, do it quick.
Okay. All right. I have a OG Art Pepper an 11.
Very
Mono.
nice.
That's like Dr. Robert. Take that thing off the front.
Okay.
You can put it on the back. Put it on the back.
Aftermath. This is a UK 19, I think.
66.
I have it written down. 1970
let's go.
UK Decca.
Is that a mono or stereo?
This is a stereo.
All right, come on, rapid fire.
Yeah,
All right.
do it fast.
I mean, come on, you're selling these. Let's go.
Japanese.
Brad Jones. Next.
Brad Jones.
Wow. God, you're a ball breaker these days, Mike.
I'm just teasing.
That's Iron Fist. That's it.
Jeff Beck.
Ooh.
Oh, this is a good one. I
like that. Actually, I like that one too. That's
nice.
MoFi.
Yeah, I remember when that came out. I bought it because it was just like that was my MoFi buy. Like when everybody just bought anything, you didn't have a second to think.
Coltrane Crescent.
It's good though.
74.
It is good.
That's a good one.
That's an underrated one.
That's a fantastic LP.
OG Chico
Nice.
Hamilton.
Very
Chico. That's it. I can just show those.
That is like one of the best like cover photos ever. Like,
he has a cape on.
give me a break.
Well, there's like 3 with him in a cape.
That one's good.
All right, that's it.
Cool.
Can I show 4 records?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, I'm just gonna go because I might have to leave.
Rapid fire.
Well, I'm not selling them, so I picked this up for $8. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
I'll tell you who's on it. It's a fun record. It's funky. It is Steve Grossman, Roland Prince on guitar, Dave Williams on bass. Grossman's playing sax mostly. It says reeds, but and then Elvin on drums. And this is a funky little record that's quite enjoyable on Vanguard.
Yeah, I heard people. I've read online that people would bash Elvin's records he did on Vanguard, but I think they're great. They're good records.
Yeah, this is it's a funky record. I don't know.
He did some weird stuff.
Maybe they don't like. Yeah. This isn't as weird as like that one with Jan Hammer, which is quite out there.
Yeah,
the Jeff Beck one.
I like that one though.
Well, On the Mountain.
Yeah, On the Mountain. This is much more down to earth, I guess. I'm not sure how to say it. Not that I like the On the Mountain record, but
yeah, that record
works. But this is much more, I don't know, just kind of like a party record, funk record. What is it called when you get something gifted?
VCLT. Oh wow! It's VCLT, Mazzy. Shush.
What?
Hey,
this is the second pressing.
Okay.
So did that originally come out on time? Because you can get that bridge, something bridge.
I think originally it did come out on time, but this is the second pressing.
Okay. I have the green cover that came out on Bainbridge or whatever.
Yeah, I'll show you. I have a Japanese reissue of the original cover. It's slightly different. They're both abstract, but this is from my friend Donald. I guess he found it for a good deal. He had another one, so he just said, "Here you go."
To Vivier.
We all need Donalds in our lives.
Here's the this is the original cover.
Okay, yeah.
Wow, that's beautiful.
And this is a Japanese,
and it's on time.
50s,
it's
modern art painting.
It was originally on time.
What are you doing with that one?
Oh, I don't know. Someone want it?
I would just toss it.
Yeah.
Bury it in your backyard and grow a Max Roach tree.
Yeah, capsule. Yeah.
Man, that first cover. So the first cover features Sonny Clark Trio, and the second one it shows all 3. Is that right?
Okay.
Oh no, their names are on the first one too. It's just
Oh,
on the
there are.
back.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Is that so? Is that both of those are stereo?
this is a stereo.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember if this one. I think this one's
No.
a mono.
Okay.
The Japanese reissue. This is like a 70s or maybe an 80s Japanese reissue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't remember, but it's a mono.
It's probably great.
Yeah.
So
It actually
Carlos,
sounds really good.
Carlos, when's
No,
your
I
auction?
take it back.
Oh.
It says high fidelity on the front, but it is a mono. Stereo.
Now, when's your auction, Carlos? Because Rob's tomorrow too. So
Yes.
He's gonna be in mine, Mazzy. Stop trying to.
no, I'm asking because someone asked.
yeah.
when-
No, I put there.
Hey,
It's gonna be.
I'm trying to help you. Someone asked when that Thad Jones.
Yeah, I just wanted to
Scotty,
address
stop
that.
pimping out
Let's-
people's.
Hang on. Let's do let's do an educational moment, okay?
Okay, here we go.
Every like 6 months we get a new viewer, a new subscriber. So
We want to tell.
let's-
Yeah,
Okay.
Rob does
So,
these
Rob,
auctions,
yeah,
and apparently Carlos is with Rob. So you got to subscribe to the Wax. It's tomorrow, 4 o'clock, 1 o'clock Pacific.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
giving
horrible.
you free
I
promo.
call it you just did the anti shout out, Mazzy.
Hey, look, I'm also going to be there, so you get some.
Oh, I
other
didn't.
things
Well, I
too.
didn't know this.
Wait,
I'm not paying attention to anything tonight. Okay,
Hey,
Mike? Okay.
Brandon, I have that Jack Wilson record for you. Let me know what it would take to exchange that for that, and then we'll talk.
Okay, which
Okay.
Jack Wilson is it?
It's like the later Blue Note one that has a ton. It's so many different groupings on it. Remember, you
Okay.
wanted it, so I held it for you.
Okay.
But
So-
it's not
so-
the two that are well known.
No, it's not
Okay.
the two that are.
So I
well-known.
also got this is another lender. This is
Oh
really
wow, that's a very in demand record there.
yeah. It's I'm not buying it. Like it's nice to have it, but I'm not going out to. I looked it up and it's getting like a couple $100. But this is a great funk record, and the band is Ridley, obviously, on bass, Sonny Fortune on sax, Cornell Dupree on guitar, Onaje Allen Gums on acoustic and electric piano, and then Grady Tate on drums, and this Errol Crusher Bennett on congas. This is pretty awesome. I kind of hope, I know this doesn't have a chance of getting reissued on the Strata E stuff because it's not famous, but it's really cool. And if they did reissue it, I would totally buy it.
Nice.
And then this is really cool too.
Yes.
Eighth Wonder, Dick Griffin. This might have a chance of getting reissued. I'm not sure. But the band is Cecil McBee, Freddie Waits, Ron. It's hard to read in this light. Ron Burton, piano. Warren Smith, drums. Leopoldo F. That's all it says is congas and percussion, and then you got Sam Rivers, tenor sax, soprano sax, flute. So a really good band, super cool, and really hard playing trombone.
Like, don't see that one often.
It's really cool, and it's like I don't know. I'm a big trombone fan, but this is really cool because he plays pretty hard. He plays it like trumpet players play trombone. If he plays it that hard.
Yeah, Moncore had a little bit of that too.
Yeah,
that trumpet sound.
But you know what I mean. He's just blowing hard and getting some squeaks and squeals out of it. So. Anyway, those are my two. These are I got Len a few, but these are the only two I listened to so far, and they're both great. That's it.
All right.
Very cool.
Hey, Mike.
Yes, sir.
I've got just a couple.
Yes, let's do it.
All right, this one I pulled for Carlos.
Oh, nice. Yeah, actually, I heard about that record from your friend Secca Funk.
Oh, Van.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah.
I used to watch him, and he talked about that record. So
yeah, he's got a shop now in DC.
Yeah.
Yeah, Decibel Music.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I follow them.
That looks cool. What is that on? What label?
It's on what? Probably Bay State. Yeah, it's on Bay State. Japanese.
Nice.
Yeah.
Pressing.
That sounds
missing the Obi, but that's okay.
Yeah. They disappear sometimes.
Yeah, it's just the two of them. It's just drums and piano.
Yeah, I have a dollar brand Johnny Diani, just piano and bass. That's really cool.
Oh yeah. This I picked up for $15 the other day at Lunchbox used. Phil Ranelin, The Time Is Now, speaking of trombone players.
Oh yeah.
This was originally on Tribe out of Detroit. This got some good players. Marcus Belgrave's on here. Wendell Harrison with Phil. So that was an easy one for me to pick up for that price. It's a Now Again reissue from actually quite a few years back now. What, 4 or 5 years ago? I don't know.
Didn't Vinyl Me Please put out a Tribe box set or something like
Yeah,
that?
they did.
Yeah. So you can get that because they released all those records separately. Bernie Grum the Master. That I have that, and it's excellent. And they
the individual records.
They have
the Tribe.
Yeah, they have a booklet. Each record has a booklet in it. It's nice.
Yeah, this one, it came with the booklet, and then which is nice. Original Tribe records are not easy to find, and they're usually not in very good shape, and they usually carry a premium price tag.
Well, even if they are in good shape, I heard they were not recorded, or the vinyl is not very good that they used. So it's
no,
really
these reissues are the way to go with Tribe, unless unless you collect them. I have the Kieran Needle Groove. He's always looking for the original Tribe stuff. Because he gets down to Detroit area every now and again because his cousin lives in Michigan, and he finds some stuff, but you really kind of have to find it in Detroit. You have to go to some of the big record fairs and hope you run across a couple, but they're not easy to come across. So I was happy with that. Mike, you want to see Jimmy Smith or what?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's see what
we
you got.
are. Let's say we're doing Jimmy Smith. We need to do it.
All right. Dave's got Jimmy Smith.
All right.
Anyway, I really
Smith
enjoyed,
here.
because the thing is, like with Jimmy Smith, I gravitated to the sessions with horns. So we showed a bunch. There's also another one called A Date with Jimmy Smith that has Lou Donaldson, Hank Mobley, like Kenny Dorham on it or something like that. Mm-hmm. And those are what I gravitated towards. And I kind of avoided his trios. But then listening to that early trio sounded really good. So anyway, I don't know.
Well, that record with him and Stanley Turrentine, the prayer meeting, that's a really good one.
I've never been able to find that one.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Yeah, there's so many records from him that are good. I'd like to still find.
But I think that those early ones really hit me. I think I like his earliest stuff on Blue Note.
Yeah, I showed this one earlier. This one's one of my favorite old Blue Notes I have because I don't have many. But it's even the covers, what did they call those with this
frame? The frame.
Yeah, it's a framed cover. So in a Lexington.
Nice.
And the guitar playing is good on that.
And a flat edge and no R and no ink.
Yeah. So then I have these 2 volumes of A Date with Jimmy Smith.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah, Mobley and Lou Donaldson and Donald Byrd. Eddie McFadden on guitar is really good on these.
Okay. Cool.
It's wild how bad Discogs search engine inside your own collection is. I was just trying to find my Jimmy Smith records, and it just gives you anything that has the word Jimmy or Smith in it. It's fucking terrible.
Now these, I think, I'm trying to remember who sent me these. This is a gentleman that, God, him and his wife used to do YouTube videos. Memphis Vinyl Jim. I don't know if you guys remember him.
Wasn't the guy with the drunk wife, and they're like about to pounce on each other while they're
recording? And he passed away a few years ago. But
sorry.
he sent me these. These are originals. They're not in the best of shape, but they're OGs. So
Can you show the
volume 1.
label? Can you show the label on it?
And yeah, hold on. And then volume 2.
Yeah.
I love the
Eddie
laminated covers on these.
McFadden. What is Eddie
Well,
McFadden?
actually, you know what? These might not be.
Is Eddie
They're early
McFadden?
microgroove.
McFadden is guitar?
It's a New York.
Can no
So
one
it's
hear me?
not a Lexington.
Okay. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
What does Eddie McFadden play?
Guitar.
He does. Okay. Yeah.
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 But
I wanted to look at his groups because his groups change, like his guitar player changes. Let me pull that up.
Mhm.
Chris, what do you think about Jimmy Smith?
I love Jimmy Smith, man. I like the trio format the most. I mean, I like the stuff with the horns is cool too.
Yeah.
But I love the just the organ, drums, guitar trio thing.
So this one's 1556. And did they switch from Lexington to 47 West 63rd at that time?
Way before that.
There would be there'd be New York 23 on it as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That was
Yeah, 'cause
before
here's
that.
this one.
I think 1546 was the last one. On
So
Lexington.
Lexington Felipe was the last one.
I think 1546 or 47.
Mhm.
Okay, because this is what 1556, and this is 47 West 63rd
Yeah,
mono.
that should be a first.
Yeah. So I got a few. This one has got a great cover. This one, the sounds of Jimmy Smith. I really dig this one.
Yeah, it's
I
cool.
think probably because of that, that's one that goes for most expensive.
And then this one I got is VCLT. It was I can't remember the guy's name. He did the 1500 Blue Note series videos.
Okay.
But he sent me this one. Jimmy Smith at the organ plays "Pretty Just for You," 1563.
Oh, that's a nice one.
They
Yeah,
come
and
and
this
they
is
go,
this
don't
is an
they,
early
Dave?
one.
They
I think
come
it's
and go,
I
right,
think it's a
Dave?
first. Let's see what label this one is. Yeah, 47 West 63rd microgroove.
Yeah.
That one I did. That one's pretty chill. Then you get into the ones like that Brandon was highlighting, House Party and the Sermon. Those are essential, those two. This one has a great cover, Crazy Baby, with the car.
Yeah.
And these were Jimmy Smith's cars, from what I understand, that he had on a lot of the covers of his records.
Oh.
I never see that one.
Yeah, he collected some old cars.
Wow.
This is Quentin Warren guitar and Donald Bailey drums. And then this is one of my favorites, Home Cooking.
Oh yeah, I've got Home Cooking somewhere. I forgot where it was.
You like that
Yeah.
one too?
Do you have Open House?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wait. Who's playing horn on that?
That's a good one.
That wasn't Stanley Turrentine. It said.
Oh, on this,
Who's that?
it says Percy France with a which is a alias for I forget who.
Oh, let me check it out.
Yeah, it's an alias because
What's
whoever
the-
it wasn't under contract with Blue Note.
Home Cooking. Let me see. All right,
Yeah, I can't remember who this is because they
No,
went
it
by an
says
alias.
Percy France. No, it's Percy France. That's who he
Yeah.
is.
You sure?
Yep. He was.
Never heard of the guy. I figured it was an alias.
Let's see his discography.
Center Sax. Yeah.
He's on Down to Earth, Freddie Roach, Blue Note as well.
Really?
But yeah, he doesn't have too many records, and he played with Charles Thompson.
Yeah, usually when they put the asterisk or something like that, it usually means they're going by, kind of like Bob Flagg is John Chakai and things like that.
Yeah.
Midnight Special, I think. Yeah, Brandon had that one.
That was a mono you just showed.
This one, yeah,
Nice,
it's a mono. Early one.
cool.
Let's see. Here's another. Yeah, there's a New York label. I like this one a lot. Jimmy Smith plays Fats Waller.
Yeah.
That looks
That's
cool.
a good one.
That's an easy one. I find
Is that
that
trio?
they put it out a lot. I think there's a lot of versions.
This
of that.
is a cool one. They have this one too.
Yeah.
Is that a trio or what?
Oh yeah, I think so. Hold on.
Or is it? What is it? Solo?
Yeah, Quentin Warren, Donald Bailey.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so just guitar and drums.
Telling you, man, it's a great format. I love it.
Yeah. Then this is another one that Brandon highlighted. Rocking the Boat. This one I don't care for as much. It's pretty laid back.
I just want to say, Dave, I am very impressed with your Jimmy Smith collection.
This one cooks. This one is cheap.
Yeah.
Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf? This one's a badass one.
Okay. Who's he playing with?
Nelson.
Is that a bigger group?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the verb.
Is it arranged?
They're all orchestrated.
Yeah, arranged by Oliver Nelson.
Oliver Nelson. Okay.
And then this was the one somebody was talking about. Where
there it is. That record, great.
Yeah. This is Wes, ain't it? Yeah.
Yeah, the cover's hilarious too.
Yeah, that one's nuts. And then this is another one I really dig because this has got Jackie McLean on it. The incredible Jimmy Smith Open House.
Yeah, I got that too.
Yeah, this is the first Jimmy Smith record I ever bought.
That's a really good one.
I was in when I heard this.
For everybody that's watching, if you want to get a bunch of these Jimmy Smith records, the classic series, and there's probably some tone posts too, but the classic series and the 80th series has a shit ton of those.
But even the OGs are pretty cheap because they sold a ton.
He
was their top guy.
Yeah.
Plain Talk. This one again, Jackie McLean.
I haven't seen that one. That looks cool.
And there's another one, Dave. I'm not sure if you guys show it earlier. The prayer meeting with
prayer meeting.
That record is absolutely killer.
Yeah, I gotta find that one. I've never come across it.
Man, those OGs they go for like $20 maybe.
Yeah, it's really good though.
This is my favorite. This is the one where he took every drug that ever was drugged and has the backing band like the Allman Brothers going on in this. He is throwing down on this record. The Boss.
The prayer meeting came out on Tone Poet, and you can get a copy of it on Discogs Mint for $15.
Yep.
This has got George Benson on guitar, just shredding.
Okay, never mind. The $15 one was in Kazakhstan, and they want $35 shipping. So $18.
You don't want to do that.
You don't want to do that.
There's this bad boy.
And the tariffs for Kazakhstan are crazy.
Yeah, they're crazy. Yes.
Whoever the guitar player is on this was Arthur Adams. Just
that's great.
Absolutely slays
that for me is a top whatever. I'm top 5 Jimmy Smith.
I got this from who's the guy that works up at People's Records in Detroit? The trumpet player. You know him, Felipe. I can't remember his name. Anyway, he sent me this record.
Bill. His name's Bill.
Lucas.
Yeah, Lucas. Lucas Liska.
He's really cool, man. I always get records from him.
Yeah. He upgraded his copy, so he sold me his. This was his downgrade.
I just bought from him a second pressing of Sonny Rollins Volume 2.
Nice.
Yeah, I have a couple records from Lucas too.
Yeah, Lucas is one of the top Blue Note collectors on the planet.
Yeah,
he had the whole 1500 series.
What version do you have, Rob, of that Root Down?
The one that just came out. Everyone should get it. It's excellent and it's affordable.
Yeah.
When they did that half price sale, right?
Yeah, that's when I got it too. The Chad version.
Yeah. That's all the Jimmy over here, but I dig playing his stuff on Sunday mornings.
Yeah.
Good
idea.
Good cookie music, right?
Do you still have that Crazy Neighbor, Dave?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, you have to play that on Sunday mornings.
There it is. Let's see.
Yeah.
This is the Tone Poet.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
What does it have? Does it have pictures on the inside of that one?
Yeah.
We all do.
That's cool.
No, they don't.
Well, all the Blue Notes do, but not all the
Not all
the Tone Poets.
Blue Notes.
Most of the Blue Note stuff, but not the.
We know you're new to jazz, Bazzy. Calm down.
I've been listening to jazz before you were masturbating.
But yeah, it's a great one.
That's an amazing.
You don't know how long I've been masturbating.
That's true.
So I do have some that I've been that I just picked up in San Francisco. Me and a couple friends went to Tunnel Records, Amoeba, and Discodelic.
Nice.
In San Francisco. So
where's Discodelic?
How long of a drive is that for you, Carlos?
It's in the Mission, yeah.
I haven't been there. I've heard about it. Where do you know?
It's really good for Latin.
Where is
any Latin music?
I
forget the cross streets.
It's on Mission.
It's in the Mission, yeah.
Okay, I'll have to go there next time.
Yeah, Jack McDuff. So this is a reissue of Sanctified, which has Harold Vick, Grant Green, and Joe Dukes.
Yes.
So super good.
Want to get that?
Is that the Blue Trident label? That one?
Yeah, it's a I forget. I think it's like a
It might be
70s reissue or something.
Okay.
Then I got Chico Hamilton.
That's kind of
Peregrination.
crazy, right? Yeah, that's a crazy record for him.
It's more like jazz fusion. You know? Yeah.
Cool.
It's really good though.
It's good.
the
It's
players?
good.
I could definitely see Jazz Dispensary putting this out.
Yeah.
Who are the players on it?
Oh, let's see. Where does it say? Okay. We got Abdullah. It just says Abdullah.
Okay.
Steve Turr.
Yeah.
Joe Beck. It's a bunch of people I don't know.
That's one of Chris's favorites.
Yeah, Joe Beck's
Yeah.
great.
It's a bunch of
guitarist.
people I don't know. Yeah. Charlotte Paulette.
Steve
Yeah.
Torre is he sometimes plays shells. Like he will play.
Oh, really?
He'll play
That
big
record
combo.
has a little bit of spiritualness to it, also.
Yeah, it's a good record.
Yeah,
I like
it's
it.
good. I don't think it's that pricey.
No, it's not. I got that for 15.
Yeah,
Coleman Hawkins Soul. I love this one.
that's the OJ. Yeah, the OJC has a different cover than the original one.
Who plays drums?
This
who's
is the
drum-
OJC.
Yeah,
Who's
I
playing
think
drums
this
on
is the
that?
OG.
that's a
cover.
kick-ass record, though.
Ray,
Yeah.
who is it?
Kenny Burrell, Ray Bryant, Wendell Marshall, O.C. Johnson. Yeah.
Yeah, Ossie Johnson.
Green sleeves on this is amazing.
He has a record on. I mean, he has on a ton of records, but he has some on Bethlehem and the hell is that label? It's a Leonard Feathers label. I forget. Period. He has 2 period 10 inches, I think. So he's an old guy like Coleman Hawkins on that.
Okay.
Some of those prestige with Coleman Hawkins, he's playing with younger guys like Andrew Cyril's. He's playing on. So
Cool.
yeah, there was like a generational thing that he was doing there on some of those records.
No, this is San Francisco Seals.
Ah,
Yeah, it was like the first baseball team they had. Anyway.
Seals
Super
Stadium.
Disco Parada.
that's cool
So
looking.
this is like cumbia music. I picked up at Discodelic. And then I got the Jerry Mulligan Thelonious Monk, but that's out there. And then Nathan Davis Happy Girl.
Oh, have you not listened to that yet?
I haven't opened it up yet.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
I've listened to it like 4 or 5 times already. It's great.
Yeah, it's very
Nice.
So Mazzy, I looked up Discodelic. It's 24th and Shotwell. So if you've ever been to the bar, 24.
I lived that's like 6 blocks from my house for 25 years.
Yeah, did you ever go to 24 Shotwell? It's right there.
Yeah,
Bar?
I lived on Florida and 21st, so
Yeah.
right there.
Did you
yeah.
go to Tonayense when it was there?
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that was my favorite. By far my favorite.
Mazzy's like the George Washington of San Francisco. There's a sign.
I
that
mean, I
says
lived in the fucking Mission right there. That
It's like
intermittent
Dave talking about random
25
people
years.
nobody's ever heard of. Y'all talking about fucking cross
So
streets.
Discodelic, they actually just ran across. They just bought a huge collection. So if you're into Latin music at all, Latin jazz, any sort
Did
of
they
thing
buy the
like
guy that closed?
Yeah, Musica.
God.
I sent it to you. Musica Latina.
That's right. You're sent it. I knew someone sent it to me because I
Yeah,
watched that video. That store in Mission Street we used to go to in the 70s and buy
Right.
like I remember. I know this is probably not the right album to buy, but that's where I got my first copy of ABBA Oro. ABBA
Nice.
album, all in Spanish. They sing everything in Spanish.
Oh, okay.
But it's actually a really good album. It's all phonetically done, but it's the greatest hits sung by ABBA in Spanish.
Yeah.
And we used to go there all the time. They had a ton of cassettes and LPs, and
Yeah.
I saw
he
the guy in
closed down
Daly
the shop
City.
in 2010 and then put everything in storage. And then
Yeah.
they purchased like 10,000 records from him.
Oh,
So
I didn't know that's okay. That makes sense now. That's the
Yeah.
place on Shotwell and 24. Oh yeah.
Right.
Weiss Deli is around there. It's great. It's a great place. Yeah.
Oh, that's new, right?
Right.
Or sort
Do
of.
you want to show us your new glasses, Mike?
Yes.
Yeah, I got new glasses.
Oh wait, so do you want me to bitch slap you before you show your records or after?
I don't know if I'm going to show the stack here, but I have 2 that I really want to show.
Just
One
show
is one was VCLT from Joe Marino. It was it's early pressing of Red Clay.
Oh,
I had a copy, but for whatever reason there was a skip in it. And I could not get the skip out. Like usually I can get a skip out if it's just a single thing, but I just could not. So it was basically like ruined side one.
Mike
So
is
anyway,
so-
Joe sent this. That was really nice of him. So thank you, Joe. Really appreciate it.
That's very nice. I need to get a clean copy of that.
Right? Yeah, it's very clean. Really nice. The
I'll
whole
put it
thing's
in my memory bank.
Yes. Give me a green label.
Rob, what should that record sell for? What should that record sell for in LA?
Oh, it should go over $40, I think.
Mhm.
But
Does
you
it
can
matter if
sometimes, if you're lucky, you can find it for 30-ish. But I think right now, because the only real, I think there is a music on vinyl version that you can get. But there's a green label in the auction tomorrow.
What shape is it in?
The dog wants it.
Yeah.
It's straight life. It's not a red clay.
So I bought this from a viewer. The viewers may know him as Gonolith. This is Chad.
Oh, cool.
He hooked it up. So I've been, ever since we had our interview with Corey Weeds, I've been thinking more about Mobley and just really kind of exploring his early stuff a lot more and getting really familiar with it.
Which is great. I'm not buying anything by Corey Weeds, but I like Mobley now.
What?
We interviewed Corey Weeds. I'm not interested in anything that he does, but I'm getting to Mobley now.
Sorry, Corey.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so I got into Mobley because of that. And I was looking to get an early pressing of anything of his, and pretty much it's unavailable and expensive when it is. So I was just trying to find something, and I found this 10-inch. I've also been starting to collect 10 inches a lot. So this is one that usually goes for a lot of money, and Chad gave me a really good deal on it. So thank you very much. This is
awesome.
Blue Note 5062, really beautiful condition. And it's got Hank Mobley on it. So Kenny Dorham, Hank Mobley, Doug Watkins, Art Blakey, Horace Silver. And they do The Preacher on it, which is a really great track. It's a wonderful sounding record. So
that's nice.
That's a cool cover too.
Which 1500 has it become?
So yes, so this is part of. So Horace Silver had 4 10-inch records, basically like introducing or one of like the new stars he got, and then he did volume 2, 3, and 4, and those all were reissued on the 1500 series, and it's the one with the blue cover where he's pointing, and it's Horace Silver and the Jazz Messengers. That has volume 3 and 4, and then the orange version of that has 1 and 2, which is a trio. It's like Percy Heath and Art Blakey and him. But yeah, Lexington label, all that stuff. It sounds incredible. So thank you so much for this. Really appreciate it.
I think it's really cool that you're collecting the 10 inches, because it's like, it's the artifact,
Yeah. It's I feel like it just helps me like get closer to it, if that makes sense. So, and it's fun to do. It's just fun.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, they're cool.
Thank you, Chad. That was awesome. Really awesome. This is like my favorite.
You're holding it upside down. Your enemies will use that against you.
Oh, is it? No, it's not. It's good. Oh no, it is upside down. Sorry. What the hell? Oh, it's a top loader.
Oh,
wait, is it?
Weird.
No, I'm sorry. This is
Oh God. Hey, I'm gonna introduce Mike to Jazz Collection.
Yeah. I love those old 10-inch top loaders. Those are the best.
I do have a 10-inch top loader. Jazz at the Philharmonic, Volume 1.
Really?
Is a top loader. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So there are some. All right. I won't take up too much time, but
No, good Lord, it's our channel. Show from fucking record.
Oh,
okay, fine. Oh, all right. So another cool story.
Records.
Another cool story. So
okay.
On this past weekend, I was invited by Rich Capeless, who runs Deep Groove Mono. He has a podcast, Record Collector Confessions, and he does other stuff too. He has a YouTube channel and stuff. So anyway, he invited me to this audio meetup, and it was like we went to this guy's house who had basically a beautiful system. I can't tell you all the details, but it was like 2 mono blocks with 300B tubes in them, audio note speakers and just VPI ridiculous turntable, like all that kind of stuff. So Rich brought his Techniques that is set up for 78, and I guess like a 78 preamp, and he started playing all these old Blue Note 78s. Like we listened to Monk, we listened to Bird on Savoy, and it was incredible. I mean, I was in my element. I was totally loving it. So anyway, so this other person who joined, Bill Paula, who I've become friends with over email, was there, and he gifted me a Savoy Lester Young 78.
Wow.
So this is I Don't Stand the Ghost of a Chance on side A, and Lester's Savoy Jump on side B. He gave me a bunch, but I just wanted to show this one in particular. So anyway, so I need to get a turntable to play this thing. It is like beautiful condition, but they try to meet up every 3 months. So I'm going to try to go because we had a really good time. So,
yeah, that's cool.
Do you have Lester Leaps In?
No, it's Lester's Savoy Jump. So,
but you said he gave you a bunch. You don't have it in the other.
I may have I may have this material on 10-inch actually, 10-inch LP.
Okay.
I have to double check that, but it was really great to hear those old 78s. Some of them sounded like we listened to some 40s Sinatra, which the fidelity was not there, but we listened to some later 40s and early 50s 78s and it sounded fantastic. They switched over from shellac to like vinylite at some point, and that's a big improvement in the noise. Anyway, it's just fun to listen to.
Yeah.
He played Epistrophe by Monk. Unbelievable to listen to. I loved it. So I think there might be a little difference between them and the LPs.
They do it at people's houses?
What?
Their meetups?
That's the one it's in Connecticut, so people can come down from they can come from New York City and come down from Boston, so it's like a good central point. So it seems like that's where they host it usually.
Here, I'll just show this real quick because Mike showed. I think I've shown this to you guys before, but it's pretty cool. It is, nice. I got it cheap because the vinyl's pretty trash, but it plays pretty good.
Yeah.
So that's a 10-inch that Blue Note did put out.
Yeah, it's Horace Silver on one side, playing with Percy Heath and Art Blakey, and then side 2 is Art Blakey, and he's playing with Sabu on congas. It's a larger band, but it's just one of those old. It's called New Faces, New Sounds, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I definitely want to get that. I don't know if I'll be able to get another 10-inch like this of his stuff, but I definitely want to get his 1500 reissues of it. Those trios are good. That's a good trio.
Well, the bargain that you can kind of get a bargain because all those records are mono. And a friend of mine has, an old portable, all the tubes are in it, speakers in it. You pop it open and it plays 78s. It sounds fantastic.
I'd love that.
So you can pick up one of those for a couple $100 as opposed to
my downstairs my dual from 86 as plays 78.
Yeah. So I mean, there's definitely quite a few turntables out there that have them, but you kind of get the mono, tube everything feel from those old little kits, basically little suitcase.
I don't know what I'm going to do, but I definitely at some point.
That's what I got, Rick's.
I'll definitely at some point, because there's other 78s that I would like to get that I've found that look really cool. So
I will tell you one other cool thing about those 78s and with the big conical needles is when you do have like a scratch and a skip, you can just throw your record on there and do it for like 10 spins, and a lot of times it takes the skip out. It just does exactly what you're trying to do with a toothpick with that 78, with that big conical head in the center.
Also, we listened to Coleman Hawkins' Picasso, which is solo tenor from 1950, give or take a year, I think. I think probably 48 or something like that, 48, 49. It is a stunning piece of music. And to be able to listen to it like that was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. It's not even beautiful. It's like it's got so much in it, like the style that and the what it represents in terms of just the coolest tenor sax player playing solo and carrying it like that. It's just incredible. Incredible.
It'd be cool to get. Would it be on 78 or would it be on 10-inch? But the Coleman Hawkins Body and Soul that he recorded in 1938.
Yeah.
Tell you what, I got a like a European comp of old Hawkins shit that had that on a CD that sounds really cool.
Yeah,
really
that Body and Soul is such a good body, and
Yeah,
I love
neat.
that song.
Yeah.
This is our Blakey with Sabu.
Oh, cool. Kubop, yeah.
Kubop.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
and Delphina saw that record last week, and I didn't pick it up. Is it good?
It's pretty good. Yeah. I have it for
But they
sale,
do-
not
they-
for the auction, but for I'm doing a fair tomorrow.
Sabu on Blue Note too. That's on Jubilee, right?
Yes, it's on Jubilee.
Yeah, it's Jubilee. The record's a little bit noisy. I don't think Jubilee really used the best vinyl for their
I think
stuff.
well,
Well,
correct.
I have a couple Jubilees like Ray Draper. Sounds fine. Sounds good.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Because mine is a little bit noisy,
Yeah.
but it looks
Rob.
it looks like a VG plus, but it's noisy.
Well, no.
there was a Sabu. There is a Sabu on Blue Note as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's quite pricey, I think.
I wish that would be a good tone pull-it. I think.
I did.
There you go.
I did get more Blue Notes. It's hard for me to like get away from Blue Note because there's just so much good stuff there. It's really satisfying to.
Well, you're on their payroll, right?
Yeah. So anyway, just quickly, this is an unbelievable, amazing Bud Powell Volume 1.
Mhm.
Got into this and just got a totally new appreciation of Bud Powell through this record.
Yeah, there's a classic of that, or was it an
Yes.
OJ or something?
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
good.
basically
Excellent music.
listen to this. It's Bud Powell, 1949.
That's hot.
It's 1949, and Sonny Rollins is on it.
Yeah.
He's 18 years old. Sonny Rollins, 1949 with Bud Powell.
I told you why. You can tell them.
Well, hold on. And Fats Navarro. So this is like bebop piano. And I just feel like I know Bud Powell's obviously like an innovator of bebop, but how he plays on this, it really is beautiful. He plays a ton
All 5 of his Blue Notes are just great.
Yeah.
ton of Parker.
He's one of the blueprint, the architects. Him and
Yeah,
Charlie Parker and Dizzy and
It's absolutely wonderful.
I would every single Blue. He did the 5 Blue Notes. He did those 2 volumes, and then Bud, and then Time Waits, and the one with his kid on the cover.
changes. Never
Yeah, the
changes.
scene never changes. And
And
they're
then
all
also,
great.
but these were originally on the 10-inch series. So
Right.
he had like I don't know, like 4 or
That's
so.
why those were put onto the volumes 1 and 2. And the other ones are a little bit later, but not like way later.
And there's trio stuff and quintet stuff on here. I think it's like 3 sessions. There might be a quartet on it, but it's just they repeat.
I guess it is. The
songs.
other ones are a bit later, aren't they?
They repeat songs. I know people don't like that, but honestly, they're so good though. I don't mind it at all. So
No,
Are
like
they putting that one out that's behind you? Is Blue Note
I
doing
mean,
that? one?
yeah. No, this is
They're not doing that one yet, right?
this is one I got. It looks clean, but it plays with a little bit of noise. It's a little disappointing sounding, but it's like a first pressing. So, but
Sounds like a first pressing.
What's that?
Nothing.
and then because I mentioned Mobley, this came up for $30, so I got this. This is Dippin'. So this is a little bit later Mobley than we were talking about earlier.
I think I have that one too.
Maybe.
It's like 67 or so.
I have
40,
that.
it's early 4200 series, 4209. It's with him, Lee Morgan, Harold Mabern Jr., Larry Ridley, and Billy Higgins. So it's on the 70s label.
No, I don't have that one.
Yeah,
alive.
I think Mobley late in the 60s, just like Lee Morgan, they were kind of showing where they would be.
I agree.
I think it's way more interesting than both of them.
And they haven't done that one yet on the classic series.
No, they have not.
No,
So
probably could be a tomboy. Music Matters did not do this one.
Yeah,
Oh, they didn't do it. I thought they did. Okay.
No, Chad did a 45 of this one.
Oh, okay.
They should do a Mobley box.
I need to listen to all my Mobley records. I haven't really listened to them in years.
So this was really, really nice to being able to find, just because his stuff's expensive. You know, I mean I collect the earlier stuff. I try to get that stuff, so it's hard to get any Mobley. So this was really a great price on this.
I like Clubhouse. Is that him?
No, that's Dexter Gordon.
Yeah, it's Dexter. You're right.
Okay.
What's the LT though? That I thought there was an LT. Maybe not.
He has a few.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He has a few
Aren't there
LTs.
4?
There's
just
a
put
few
out
with
one,
the
right?
King of Stone Poets. A few
What is it?
LTs King of Stone
Let me
Poets.
look.
Like
Curtain
Slice of the
call
Top,
one?
Slice of the Top, for example.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just put that one out. Yeah.
Here's Slice of the Top. This is the later 80s,
Japanese.
No,
DMM?
it's
No,
the,
it came out as a DMM, I thought.
Okay.
it's the ones the ones that look like this.
Their Straight No Chaser
Okay.
still hasn't been reissued.
This would be awesome for them to do as a tone poet.
I was thinking of Poppin', but it was one of the ones that only.
Didn't they
came out
just
in
do that
Japan.
one as a tone poet?
Did they?
Which
No.
one is it?
Slice of the Top? No, they did third season.
Yeah, they just did it. No, they just did this one.
They just did it.
They did this?
Yeah, it just came out.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. What's the cover?
That
That-
cover.
The same
Oh, it's
cover,
that
yeah.
cover.
This one.
Well, I guess I'll just keep this one.
That's cool. So he recorded a lot on Blue Note
I
because
think that's one that Nuts and Tells us how we to skip.
Skip a Hank Mobley.
It wasn't
that
his
one
last.
specifically.
His last record was the one with Cedar Walton on Cobblestone. Wasn't that the last one?
Mike's
Cedar
in the
Walton. You know what the Cedar Walton Hank Mobley quartet or quintet record or whatever?
Yeah.
Mike,
Yeah,
which one did you tell Chris to skip, Mike?
yes. I think it was that one.
We did a Caddy for Daddy, right?
I like
Caddy for Daddy's pretty good,
Squares
actually.
the most, man. Caddy for Daddy's good. I like the No Room for Squares classic series that came out.
Yeah, it's
the
more that
one that
boogaloo.
Straight
The
No
Caddy for
Chaser-
Daddy's that boogaloo kind of sound,
I'm
though.
surprised they
Yeah.
haven't released. They reissued the Straight No Chaser that came out as a DMM. In the
Yeah.
80s.
Brandon, is that the mono,
That's
Brandon?
really good.
No, it's a stereo, but it's the first New York label, which is interesting because there weren't very many 67s that had a New York label. Usually by then they were all the way to Liberty.
Yeah.
I think that might have been 66 pressing, Brandon.
Is it?
I think it might be because mine's 70, and I remember thinking it was 4 years after the first pressing.
I thought this was a 67 record, but you can check.
Okay. Well, whatever.
Which one?
But it's definitely,
Zipping.
it's
Yeah.
there's no plastolite. This is
I
Liberty.
don't think Dipping was Plastilite.
it wasn't.
No?
No.
They had already moved to all
Liberty.
disc. What was it? What's the name of the company in
It's all disc, and the other one is they pressed at two plants. One is Research Craft, and the other's all disc. I think they were on different coasts.
It's pretty crazy. I mean, in '66,
What year was that?
there were some records that were still pressed at plastolite, a very small amount.
In 66.
What year is that?
Yeah, in '66,
66.
like the original "Speak No Evil" was pressed at the beginning of the year. Was pressed at plastolite, but then it was pressed again at all disc.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think I have a 66 plastolite of like some of the more avant-garde records. I think
there's I want to say there's like less than 10. There's a very small amount.
I think the Don Cherries are plastolite from 66.
Yeah.
That one, and I have that. I lucked out and got that copy.
Yeah. 66 was like the dividing year. You have some with and without.
66 is when it all changes.
Well, certain people say that's when Blue
It
Note went.
changes, but stays the same.
Yes. When did they do that? When did they start doing those gatefolds?
You mean the
Which ones, Chris?
Like the Lee Morgan, what the fuck's it called?
Oh, those two first is like late 70s.
No.
Not the two first.
The
Like
original.
Okay, gotcha.
What
Yeah,
are they called? True Pack or True Pack?
Caramba and stuff like that.
yeah, Caramba. Yeah.
Yeah, that was like late 60s, 68, 67, I think.
Yeah, 69.
Yeah,
The True Pack, is that what it's called? Or something pack?
Maybe.
yeah.
It's got a weird name.
Unipack.
Unipack. They're not
Well, that's
very,
the inside, the thin
they're
front.
not very
and
intuitive.
You put it on the inside. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I
Buffalo's-
didn't realize that.
that started around
keep
60, 66 at 7 with Buffalo Springfield.
Unipack.
Yeah, those are weird.
Not my favorite.
I'm glad when they reissued it, they just used regular gatefold. But yeah, everybody shits on that cover for some reason. I don't know why.
Which one?
Caramba?
Yeah, Caramba.
Oh, it's all right.
That's fine.
Not terrible.
Yeah.
I have
You
no
want me to-
jazz to show tonight. Sorry, guys.
Do you want me to show what I have? It wouldn't
Yeah, I have
matter.
I'm going to show one record, and it's not
Yeah,
jazz.
weird.
I'm just going to show it just because I fucking going to show it.
All
I
right.
picked it up today, and I
Well,
was
there's
excited.
probably 28 other streams you've shown it on.
Yeah,
Is
no, I
it,
haven't. I
is
picked
it
it up
secret?
today.
Can you show it? Is
Only
it secret?
because I went to this show in 1978, and it's a special show. Even though I thought the band was terrible, this is it's been, I think, bootlegged. I think there was a CD, but never in a quote official release. And this is the Sex Pistols at Winterland, their last show ever. So that's it. I'm out.
Oh,
Cool.
And you
Cool.
went to that show.
I went to that show.
that's
Oh,
cool.
sick. Are you heard on the
Avengers,
record?
the Avengers and the Nuns opened, and
Yeah.
all.
Hey,
those-
Sid Vicious
those
spit
bands were
past his
better than the
face.
Sex
He didn't like
Pistols.
to watch it.
What?
79.
Sid Vicious wasn't in the band at that point.
Wait.
Yeah, yeah,
He
he
was
was.
dead.
He was?
Yeah. That was
Oh,
the
okay.
last show. That was the last show. That was.
I thought he had been kicked out at that point.
No, that's him.
He was still alive, huh?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, and
What year?
78, January 78.
Oh,
That was
wow.
their last show until like they reformed in the 80s, or part of them. That was their last.
They were banned
San
for
Francisco breaks
year
up
and
a
a
lot
half.
of bands. Think of it: the band, the Beatles, the Sex Pistols, They Might Be Giants, Throbbing Gristle, all last shows in San Francisco. Not They Might Be Giants. What's the one? I'm thinking of the post-punk. I forgot the name of the band. Anyway.
Hopefully Coldplay soon.
Pardon me?
Hopefully
Coldplay.
Coldplay soon.
I got it. I heard a voice, a ethereal voice floating around here.
Hey, so I found this today. It's really interesting. Has anyone ever seen this before?
Ooh, no.
John Gross. No,
So-
never
Is that
heard
what
of
you
it.
get your gummies?
French horn?
Can we mute Mazzy? He's a French horn player. He arranged all of this stuff. But look who's on this. Here you go. It's not that.
That looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
That
This
looks
is
right
all
in
one
front of
band.
Mike.
This is all one band. It isn't like
Can you
Howard Roberts. Love it.
Can you show the label? What label is that?
it's Decca. It's Decca.
Let me see that.
Yeah, well, Black
Nice.
Decker.
That's cool.
That is cool.
So whoever owned this is funny. I guess I have to finish it. So he would write everyone's lifespan on each.
Uh-huh.
Oh, good
So I
Lord.
guess when he
Wow.
had this, I have to put his end.
Uh-huh.
Have to put his end.
Uh-huh.
Well, they're all dead.
That's
So
pretty cool, actually.
Have to do Zoots.
that's cool.
Andre, I have to put his in. And Andre.
Wow,
Very-
that's like
Very bunker.
that's like
Thank
serial
God.
killer shit.
I
Thank
wonder
goodness.
It's
I wonder
probably
what
kinda
it
hard.
was.
Well, think about how hard it would be to come by that
That
information.
looks like Bill
back then.
Murray at the bottom.
Yeah, it did.
But like here, they like featuring Jerry Mulligan. This I have not listened to this yet, but
That looks cool.
That's
man.
pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
man, this is only $2.
Studio, huh?
You know what I
Okay.
want to get? There's a copy of it at my local shop. Is the Decca 12-inch of Billie Holiday? I mean, there's a few of them, but those old Decca recordings I want to get of hers.
So I have the George Russell, New York, New York. I found an original mono. I don't know if they sound that great.
Yeah.
You know, the old
The
Decca.
Chad, man, I'll tell you what, the Chad version of that New York's insane. So
Yeah.
good. I love that record.
This is excellent. So I'm not the biggest Art Farmer guy, but this
We'll put it in my pile then.
this is probably one of the best sounding records I've heard in a long
What a
while.
terrible cover artwork.
But I don't know, but look at that lineup. Killer.
That's great.
And this
Wow.
Akira Tana,
Mhm.
killer on the drums on this.
Cool.
I think it's
all
related
that
to
80s,
Dantana.
yeah,
Huh?
all that 80s Art Farmer shit's great.
Yeah, this I just picked up because of the lineup, and they complement each other so well on this.
Yeah.
It's not like anyone's leading this record. It's just very good. Okay.
Well, Clifford Jordan had great range. He could play with everybody.
Can that be your quote?
What?
Clifford Jordan had great range.
Yes.
I did find this.
Well, he did. If you listen to his early straight ahead stuff and then his later stuff, I mean, he really
he got
has a pretty wide range.
more experimental and stuff like that. Like that record that wasn't released on Strata East that his family put out a couple years ago on CD.
Yeah.
Where his daughter's singing on it. That's a good record. The Something Water. What is it?
I don't know.
Chris,
I don't
you don't have it?
No, I need it.
I found this 64 Blue Trident in the Shrink.
Nice.
RBG. It's really good. So that's cool. This was on the wall at Amoeba. I had to get it because it's hard to find. This Pharaoh Sanders still in the Shrink. Elevation. It's here's the lineup. It's a live record, but it doesn't sound live. It's just typical Pharoah Sanders at this time, like spiritual. There's some free moments.
Yeah.
And it really is very good.
I need to get some more of that. I need to get some more Pharaoh stuff.
Is that the one? Is there a lot of vocals on it?
No, because like there's chatting in between songs because it's live, but it's not really a lot of that.
No yodeling.
This is really good. This is good. So these are cheap heat. If you ever see these are like these late 70s Savoy reissues that Van Gelder did the mastering on.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that kind of cover.
This is the Jazz Workshop. If you find in Savoy this, I think it's pricey.
Yeah,
but these sound great because it's really cool that I wonder what Van Gelder thought because he originally recorded it and then he remastered them when these came out.
Oh wow!
What are the dates?
55.
Yeah,
54 and 55. Yeah, this is good. It sounds great. And these are they whoever designed these, like the
Yeah, I haven't seen them like that. That's cool. I haven't seen one like that yet.
So there's Art Blakey, there's Kenny Clark, and these are expensive, hard to find records. So you get a great
I've heard a lot of those. What's that Lee Morgan called? A1 sessions or whatever? What is that one?
That's on a twofer. That's a twofer, not these.
It's not a twofer.
Isn't it?
No.
The black cover?
Yeah, it's not a twofer.
Him and Hank Mobley? Hank Mobley?
Yeah.
These are good if you ever see them, pick them up. So last weekend, there's a record store called PM Sounds. The owner passed away. They had a whole day memorializing him, and his two nephews took over running the store. And Delphina was knew him well. So we went over there and picked up a lot of good stuff. This is like a cheap Jack Wilson record, and it is outstanding. I do not understand why this goes for so little money. Probably like under $20 you can get this. And it's just a trio with Philly Joe Jones and Leroy Vinegar. I got a mono copy, and this is outstanding. This is so good.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's probably cheap because it's on Atlantic.
He has that other one that's really good and cheap, and so is the what is it, like Bossa Nova of Mancini or whatever?
Where he did a lot of records with Roy Ayers playing live.
And that's what that other one is, and you can pick that up for under $20 too. It's
Right,
really
and then he did later in his life that Discovery label who reissued some of his records. He put out new records on them. You can find them cheap, and they're pretty good also. All right, and then I showed this. I found that the 70 Down to Earth, which is very good.
Is it 70 or 71 they had that label?
70.
Okay.
I think there was some in 71.
It bleeds into 71.
Yeah.
I found a nice OG mono of this. I have an OJC of this. I don't think it's his best record, but it's still
it's kind of boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So the problem I have with Verve records when they would over orchestrate and kind of drowned out the lead person. This is not the case with this record. This Lee Con's range by Jimmy Jufrey on Verve, You and Lee. He really shines on this, even though there's a big kind of orchestration behind him or a bigger band. But this is really good. I don't know what 304 means.
It's a Lee Konitz?
Yeah. On Verve.
There we go. No, I'm not.
It really is very good. I enjoyed this. Usually what I don't enjoy about Verve records. This
What's it called again?
Huh? You
What's
and
it
Lee. You and Lee.
Hmm.
This I've seen before. So this is Philly Joe Jones and Elvin Jones, and they're playing together on every song.
Oh wow!
And this is a mono, and this is a good lineup. It's a nice, enjoyable record. You got Hank Mobley, Blue Mitchell, Curtis Fuller, Wynton Kelly, and Paul Chambers. If you see this, pick it up. It's good.
Cool.
There. So that, and then that over there. And then I found expensive records where I spend money. I spent money on the Pharoah Sanders. I found I had to pick this up, even though I have the 80 of the Smokestack.
Yeah.
Stereo.
I love that record.
Yeah.
I think that might be my favorite, actually.
This is a New York, a transition New York label. So, but outstanding, killer.
Rob, what do you mean by transition? It's two
Meaning
different labels.
Liberty had owned them, and they used up the labels. It doesn't have a P in the dead wax, so that's like a later pressing, but it has a New York label on it. Like I think it's 66. They did that, right?
Yeah,
that's what I've looked it up on that one, but it's outstanding.
Hey Rob, the last record that you showed, the Philly Joe and the Elvin Jones, is that a Philly Joe record?
Well, I'm going to say yes, because didn't he have a deal with it on Atlantic?
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think Elvin Jones did.
Yeah.
Oh, do you want to see something cool that I just realized on this?
Yes.
Hey.
Oh shit!
Nice.
It's by Billy Joe Joe.
What the fuck?
It say? What the?
It says what the fuck?
I hope that's real.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I didn't realize he wrote on this until now.
That's
I didn't.
I've just seen Risky Business. So
yeah.
I mean, I watched an interview of. There's an interview on YouTube with Philly Joe Jones. It's pretty good. I'm gonna look this up and see if this is his autograph. If it is,
it's a crazy lineup, man. It's a good lineup. You got Blue Mitchell, Hank Mobley, Wynton Kelly, Paul Chambers. Yeah.
They're both playing drums at the same time, and it works. It works.
Yeah.
It's not like they're playing over each other.
It seems like a dual. I'm looking it up right now. A dual, like they're both.
No, they're both playing. Yeah, they're both playing.
Equal billing.
Equal billing, and I thought there was one other record. No. Hey, I did find this today. It's going in the auction. All right. I'll show one auction record. This is kick-ass. If you do not have
that's really good.
Yeah, 1970. I have that ECM, which is a two LPs of both of the Verve records, but this is excellent. It sounds really nice.
Is that the one that Joe Harley talked about?
He talked about the ECM, which is
okay. I have that
to the record.
I just wanted to know if that's the same one.
What's the other record? It's Thesis and that other trio record, like the other.
It's the same group. Like I even have.
Yeah,
they did a couple records on Columbia. The same lineup. It's Paul Bly and Steve Swallow. So there you go.
Very cool.
I have a couple things I could show that are not
You're bleeding those 6 records for like 200 hours now.
Yeah, as long as your records have an autograph that says "What the fuck." Blah, blah,
so I found my way up to Boston, and I hit up Cheapo Records because it was right next to my hotel room.
Yeah,
and I found this for a good price. So this is Johnny Diani Quartet and Anglian Cry on Steeplechase.
Oh, cool.
And it's got Johnny Diani, Billy Hart, John Takai, and Harry Beckett. And it's cool.
Pretty cool
I
band.
like all the Diani stuff on Steeplechase. It's all good.
Yeah, I've got
Not that easy to find either.
No, this one's pretty hard. They just happen to have. What's that?
Was it expensive?
No, it was. I think it was like $50 or something.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Yeah. Well, this is probably more of a, it's probably way more expensive than that. I don't think there's like a copy online of it.
Huh. Cool.
So anyway, I was there for something I was excited about. So I wanted to try to find a cool record while I was there. Then I found this at Jerosa.
Seems like these guys.
Strata East, the music of Cecil Payne, which is this is like a historic recording they put out. So what year is it? I forget what the year is, but they put it out after both Wynton Kelly and Kenny Dorham passed away. And Kenny Dorham plays on this. This is a Kenny Dorham trumpet on this. So it's Kenny Dorham, Albert Heath, Wynton Kelly, Cecil Payne, and Wilbur Ware. Doesn't say the year. But it commemorated, it was dedicated to Wynton Kelly and Kenny Dorham, who both passed away by then. It's a Strata East, early pressing. So
Very cool.
This one is like pretty straight ahead for Strata East.
Awesome.
So
yeah,
it's it's part of the Dolphy series, but
cool.
compared to like the Pharoah Sanders, it's like
but Gillespie Games is part of the Dolphy series too, and it's not
it's okay, cool. So I guess this was produced by Clifford Jordan, right?
Yeah, all the Dolphy series was.
Yeah, so Clifford Jordan produced it. I wish they had the date on it.
I have an OG of the Charles Burkeen one.
His daughter, Clifford Jordan's daughter, I believe, drew that.
Yeah.
So about the Zodiac Killer or something else?
What's that?
No.
So did Clifford? Am I thinking of the wrong Clifford? Clifford Jordan come back from Europe for that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I don't know. He did a bunch of shit later. After
because he's an expat, right? He was one of the expats.
Yes, absolutely. I'll tell you all that Strata East shit he's got is just kick ass.
Hey, by the way, I'm not a certified autograph guy. This is the only one I could find of his.
Yeah.
And in my experience with all the autographs,
what do you mean you're not a certified autograph guy?
No, they seem to not sign their records, sign their autograph a lot the same. But if you look, that thing at the bottom, the swish with the two lines, it is on this. So these are very similar.
Looks similar. Yeah.
Hey, outside. Come on.
Look at the P in the
like,
Philly.
No.
Look at the P in the Philly. It looks like an ear.
Side by side, bro. Come on.
Is there?
Well, I don't know if I can hold them side by side. Hold on.
You got two arms.
Well,
that's horrible. You don't even show the outside of the record, genius.
Oh my god.
Hey, you can say anything you want about me. I never held the record upside down like Mike did.
That's true. We're trying to see it. Quit making it small.
All right.
Okay. Maybe, yeah.
I'm looking at them close. They're very similar.
I think it's close enough.
I think it's legit, dude. With that little thing at the bottom, I think you're right.
And the way he wrote his O.
If you ever want to get rid of that, let me know because I'll buy it from you because that's kick ass.
Yeah, that's
Dude,
cool. What does it say again?
Look, you've benefited from the autographs I've found.
I know.
I seem to find them pretty. And the record
in LA, it makes sense. They would have signed a lot of shit out there,
Like I have Elvin Jones. I have Elvin Jones autograph too on record.
What does it say again?
What the fuck?
What the fuck? That is awesome. That's the best autograph I've ever seen.
Dude. It's got the quotes too. What the fuck? Now I wonder what he meant by that. Is it like the modern day what the fuck, or is it more like what the fuck? Let's do it. You know what I mean?
I just like to picture Philly Joe Jones with a marijuana cigarette in his mouth.
Probably the guy was bugging him for his autograph so long.
Right, yeah. I'm guessing that's what it was.
Yeah. That's greatness. Dude, I hope they speaking of strategies, I hope they redo Class B games. I mean, I got the pure pleasure that y'all got me, Mike, which is awesome. But
what do you want to have?
Buy Class B games. I would definitely.
Oh yeah,
buy
I think that would be great.
I haven't cut it and they reissued it.
I got rid of that P-Vine because I found a 90s Class B games. It sounds great. I'm in my auction. I have, if you didn't get the Pharaoh Sanders, I'm put my 90s, which goes for some dough. I looked it up. I won't sell it. It won't go for what it goes for on Discogs. But
what is this?
I'll start at
so this was a post from 8 hours ago. Mac Avenue. Wait no more. 32 albums from the legendary Strata East Records catalog are now available to stream, download on all digital platforms.
Wow.
They got to be putting these fuckers out on vinyl, dude. They got to be.
So stay tuned for more information. Yeah, they're totally.
Yeah, those are big ones.
I mean, go back to them. All of them are desirable, but you cannot find that one at the bottom. You can't. I've never seen any. I've seen OG copies of all of these.
Yeah,
except
dude, that Heath Brothers would be insane. That's $100, isn't it, or more?
No, well, I have a 90s pressing. No, they're the true. The Heath Brothers True OG is like a $300 record.
Yeah.
They did a reissue in the later 70s, I think, with a blue kind of blue.
Yeah, it's like
label.
a year later, dude. It's like 1 year later.
Yeah. The thing is, so March On was sampled by Nas on Illmatic. So it made so a lot of people
that's why the Awakening is so valuable.
I'd love to have that Billy Harper records. I don't have a copy of that. The Cecil McBee would be awesome.
Yeah, I would get. I mean, except for the ones I have, I would get I have the Pure Pleasure Glass Bead games and the Capra Black, and I would get these reissues.
You know what I did, Brandon? I found a 90s pressing of Capra Black, and I did a comparison with the Pure Pleasure, and there really wasn't a huge amount of difference.
Oh, probably not. I mean, isn't the Pure Pleasure is just a digital rip?
Right, but I don't like that rumor I heard that no one gives a shit about, that when Stanley Cowell needed money, he would repress records in the 90s. That's what I heard. I don't know.
So the 90s, you think it's a digital rip too?
Well, whatever was easiest for him to make a record, I guess, right? I don't know.
Yeah, digital.
Now, do you think that this is a plausible theory of how that Philly Joe Jones record got signed, Rob?
This is a very good theory.
Hey, can you go back to highlight Roberto's comment right under that?
Yes.
Roberto, what the fuck?
Yeah. Oh man, that's funny.
You know what? After discovering that just now, because I'm an idiot and didn't see it, Philly Joe Jones is my new hero.
Yeah, no shit. That's fucking great.
I'm all for like the entire Strata East catalog being redone.
Well, but they don't have access to all those albums, right?
They have a shit ton of them, dude. That's all bullshit, apparently.
How about 50? Let's just do 50.
Well, I have
32 would be cool.
I have the one that you can't find. Is the
also, it would piss off the Strata East aficionados that are really nuts about them if they were all reissued, because they'd be like, no.
Would they?
I spent so much time.
The OG collectors.
Nice is that
the Strata East people are like way crazier than Blue Note or anything. They're like the crazies of the crazies.
Well, what's really nice, and you know what I love about Soul Note and Black Saint is their like entire catalog is available for streaming. So like whenever I'm sampling stuff, I could easily find it. And now all of the Strata East stuff is going to be on all the streaming platforms.
I'm gonna listen to all those, man. That's cool.
So we're going to be able to just check them out. It's going to be great.
Yeah, absolutely. That's cool.
You can stream to your.
We're living in the best times.
I stream a lot.
You can stream while you're streaming.
Brandon, do you stream or are you able to?
I don't have a streamer.
I don't either, but I mean, I'm listening
to in the car and shit, or if I'm outside.
Yeah, I don't. It sounds so bad when I do it with my phone. It just sounds terrible.
Oh yeah.
I guess there's a pretty decent streamer you can get for about $350.
What's up, Jacob?
A unit. I mean, it's the size of a CD player, basically.
Can I want to mention
thought
something
about it, but I got enough stuff.
If you live in LA, you're in your car a lot, and I stream in my car to listen to everything. This came out as part of that ECM Illuminates series.
Yeah.
That I think it just came out on vinyl. I've been streaming this, and this is such a killer record.
Are you a streamer?
Luminescence.
Rob, are you a streamer?
Yeah.
In my car through my phone, yes.
This Stream Cars by Gary Newman.
Dude, Gary Newman's amazing. I saw him last
Gary
year.
Newman.
Dude.
Okay, let's talk about Gary Newman real quick. The only thing I remember him was Cars.
It's sewn on hair.
I didn't realize he had like all these industrial records later.
Oh, he did later. But Cars, so Cars is on Pleasure Principle, but Replicas, which is right before it, is fantastic. And then he has one afterwards that's still pretty good, but the first two records are
But his later shit's fucking hard as fuck, dude. Like,
and then his later stuff is weird, more like metal industrial.
Yeah, exactly. I saw him. He opened up for Ministry.
Yeah,
it was fucking cool, dude. He had these two. He had this bass player and this and the guitar player. And they were both bald and like they were both 6'6", probably.
Yeah, they look scary, don't they?
They look fucking scary as shit, dude. They have like these weird like makeup like lines on their heads and shit.
They're supposed to look like they're from like Mad Max, like.
No, they did.
Mad Max band.
Well, the dude stared. One of the bass players stared into my soul, and I was like tripping on mushrooms, so it kind of freaked me out because I was in the second row.
Yeah, they look scary.
Yeah, it was cool though, man.
Yeah, I like some of his new stuff, but the first two albums are what you want. That's so good.
Did y'all? This is not related to music, but I was excited about this. Did y'all see that new EV truck that got announced from a company called Slate? It's an American company. So It's a stripped down, like it's like the size of an old school like 80s Toyota pickup, and they're going to be like 20 grand. Like straight up, you can buy like the base model for 20 grand.
I'll tell you that
150 mile range. You know, that's a game changer, man.
I'll tell you this much, man. I'm enjoying my electric car.
Yeah,
yeah. I don't know why anybody wouldn't. You know?
Well,
I don't like getting gas.
Well, I mean, luckily I live near a giant charging place because I just drop it off and come back and get it. So
I know it's Jeff Bozo, but who cares? The truck looks cool. That's a horrible picture of it.
So it's 150 mile battery.
Yeah, and you can expand it to 240 if you want. And it's like a small.
I'm going to tell you something about when they put miles to a battery. It's a bunch of bullshit. I'll just from experience.
I'm sure it is.
Sure,
it's a range, and if
just like when they put hours on a battery,
and if you're not supposed to charge it to 100%, and
the other cool thing about it is you can also convert it into a little SUV. Like the back window pops out and the part of it lays down and has like a second row of seats.
Actually, when you order something from Amazon, they just drop it in the back of the truck.
Yeah, it's a little truck, like an old school 80s little truck.
I want the Volkswagen Bus, but it's like super expensive.
Yeah, this could be neat, man.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it doesn't have a big like, bullshit screen or anything. It's just a vehicle, a super basic little vehicle.
But the cool thing about the electric cars is they're so fast. They go fast.
I mean, it's even got like manual windows. When's the last time you saw roll up and roll down windows in a vehicle?
So you know what? I heard through Bezos. When you turn on the radio, you know what plays?
Well, I mean, now they said it's 20 grand base price with incentives. So as long as Trump doesn't get rid of the EV incentives, that's the base price.
Well, but you got to imagine that you could probably get a screen put in there and all that other stuff with added features.
Yeah. Well, they have an app,
and it's made where? Because if it's made,
is it made here, dude?
Oh, is it made here?
Designed here, built here. Yeah.
Are they gonna? So is Amazon gonna finance it? Like, how's it? Like, how are you gonna?
It'd be cool if you just buy it off Amazon and like.
Well, I would imagine.
That'd be sick. Yeah,
it's like a Sears catalog.
I'm just saying a $20,000 EV is pretty fucking cool. Like that could be awesome.
And obviously, this would be a first generation. So I mean, in 10 years,
it shows up in a big giant Amazon box.
They're calling it the anti-Tesla because it's like super basic,
Yeah, but
cheap
until
vehicle.
Jeff Bezos does something stupid, and then
Well, he's a fuckstick already.
All right, guys. I do need to run. I'm sorry, I got to cut it off. But
you don't have to cut it off. You can leave. We can still talk.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I got to cut my end off. But I'll see y'all later. Good catching up.
You too.
Yeah.
Peace.
What the fuck, Mike?
The fuck?
Okay, this is the second one that you should have. This is Pleasant Principle. This one's kind of beat up, but the record's mint. And this has Cars, and there's a couple hits on here, but they're not like real hits. They're small, like, you know.
Look, his living is made off of getting the stuff from Cars.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
It's a smart move.
He still makes money off of Cars, and then he did that. God, I can't. It got dark because I had the light from the thing. But
is it still daylight outside? That's weird.
Huh?
Is it still daylight?
Yeah.
We're high. We're high.
That proves that the Earth is round.
We're high on we're close to we're not too far from the 48th parallel. We're pretty far, but you know, it's still, we get really long days in the summer. But anyway, this one's awesome. And then Replicas is the first one, and that has like In the Park and Are We Electric, which are the hits on that. And they're all good. I mean, he's a weirdo, but he's so cool.
Dude, it's fake hair. Go look at a big modern picture of him.
Oh, he's got the fakest hair ever, dude.
Yeah. He's awesome, man.
He totally talks about it. He doesn't say anything like, he doesn't go like, he's like, I've had so many transplants and implants. He's like, I don't even know what I've got on my head. But yeah. But there's the third album's pretty good too. And that's where it gets kind of weird. And then it gets kind of like the fourth album. It kind of gets jazz funky. Like,
oh, really?
It's weird. Like, have you ever watched Alan Partridge doing the bass?
No.
Oh. YouTube Alan Partridge air bass.
Okay.
It's Steve Coogan's character, Alan Partridge. YouTube that, and that song is from like the fourth album, and it's like that's where he goes after that, and it's like, you know, it's like fretless bass and like it's just goofy 80s, like I don't even know what to call it. Smooth jazz meets new wave.
Weird. Have you seen that? You've seen the newer band with those scary ass fucking
where they wear all the stuff. They look like they're from like apocalyptic Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, and they wear like the clothes look like they're ready to rip off.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. But I mean, the cool thing was like they played all this shit I'd never heard before because I only really knew Cars, right?
Yeah.
But then that band played Cars. So the last song they played was Cars, of course, and it was fucking kick ass. It was like a really heavy version of it, you know?
Yeah, they totally. There's more guitar on it now than there used to be. Like the guitars
cool,
really heavy.
dude. It was cool.
But no, In the Park and Our Friends Electric were big hits too.
Yeah,
it's not as big in the U.S. But Cars is obviously the big one.
OJC's is a question. The Kenny Dorham RSD live LP just arrived at my low store. Did anyone get it? Sound quality. Okay. Sound quality is awesome. And I don't have it, but I listened to all the files that Zev sent us. I believe Felipe kept that one. He liked it. And he did a review. You can watch his RSD review if you want to look and hear more about it. But
yeah,
I like the way it sounded.
I listened to it. I bought a copy for my friend. Donald asked me to pick him up a copy.
Oh, cool. Did you like it?
It's all right. I mean, the sound quality is totally fine. I'm not super into but it's not like it's boring or anything.
Right.
I'm not like, I didn't go, oh, wow, what an amazing show.
Sure.
So, you know, to me, it's like, oh, it's cool. I
like the Freddie Hubbard a lot more. Freddie Hubbard's awesome.
I think if you're a Kenny Dorham fan, you will like it, and the sound quality is totally fine. Yeah,
I think that's a good way.
So, you know, if you're a Kenny Dorham fan and you want to get a live Kenny Dorham from this time, totally get it. I didn't listen to it and go, wow, this is amazing. But you know, agreed. I think it's good, and I think for the price, it's really good.
Tell you what else was great is this from RSD that you can probably get pretty damn cheap, and if not, they'll probably reissue it. Is the let's see if I can find it. That Monk. Here it is. I've listened to this 4 or 5 times now.
Oh yeah,
You know, the Monk at the 5 spot, isn't it? 5 spot, right? Yeah, not Live at the Ed Club is what it's called. This 2 LP they put out. I guarantee this will be cheap, and it's put out by Sony. It's on Legacy, so I mean, it's an actual Sony release. So
because that was like a compilation that they did in the 70s, correct?
Yeah. It was like a twofer they did. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great, man. It's really, really excellent. Who's on this? I think it's Charlie Rouse and Bailey, probably. Let's see.
Yeah.
Here's that Durham.
Let's see.
It was $54.
Yeah.
$53.99. I checked it out. Make sure it was flat. Records are flat. Sounds good. So if you're a Kenny Dorham fan, go for it.
Yeah.
I have so much Kenny Dorham already. I'm just like, eh.
Yeah, I was unsure about that one. I didn't know. So, yeah, okay.
Well, if you watch
sometimes I feel like you're just buying RSD to buy RSD.
Right.
And I don't know. It's like I have like 5 or 6 Kenny Dorhams I really dig, and I'll probably just listen to those.
That's fair. So yeah, this Monk's got, it's it was recorded in 64 at the Ed Club. It's Charlie Rouse, Larry Gales, and Ben Riley. So
nice.
Highly recommended, man. 2 LPs, really good. It was cheap too. I think this was only like $35 or whatever.
Nice.
I'll tell you what else I've been listening to. Let me see if I can find it. Oh yeah, dude, this is a kick-ass record. So I've listened to this ever since I got it in the mail or late last week, or maybe this weekend. I don't know, but anyway, I've listened to this like 8 times, and I never listened to a record that much when I first got it. So this is Burton Shep and Niels Henning Orsted Peterson, Looking at Birds. So it's all just bird tunes and Charlie Parker tunes and tunes he was associated with.
Okay.
Fucking awesome. It's not expensive. I think I paid like $25 for it, probably online.
Is that an OG, or there's a current reissue you can get?
OG. That's off of the cover.
But all those Archie Shep steeplechase records are good.
Yeah, it's just really excellent. And it's cool. It's like, so I would say that Archie Shep isn't trying to be Bird on it. He's doing his own thing, but Niels NHOP, man, he fucking plays some Bird solos on here. They're just fucking nuts on the bass.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, he's one of the best bass players of all time, if not the best, technically.
Yeah.
Like, who's better than him, virtuosity wise?
I don't know. That guy behind you right there is pretty good.
I have 2 of his records in the auction tomorrow.
Oh, that's right.
How is that one that's behind you? The Mingus?
Mingus or NHOP?
Mingus. I was saying, he said, who's a better player than Niels? And I said, maybe the guy behind you.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, they're different styles.
Yeah. No, this is excellent. This is absolutely.
I mean, he's a composer though.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. He's like second to Ellington.
I don't know. Then when we're checking, like, NHOP can play all the notes, right?
Jacko played the electric bass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jocko? Yeah. Yeah, Jocko's. Okay, that's fair.
He's
Jocko's good, but I mean,
his own thing too, because he took the frets off of his bass.
Yeah, it's different.
And filled them with epoxies to make a fretless bass.
No, but this Mingus is kick-ass. I mean, this is that band was from '77, I believe, is when this was recorded down in Argentina, right?
Yep.
77, yeah. It's Mingus, Ricky Ford, Jack Walrath, Robert Nellums on piano, and then Danny Richmond on drums. I love this, and this is the one that Mike picked out from the ones we got for free, so I bought this at Record Store Day for full price. I've listened to this probably 3 or 4 times, so.
I sold that Mingus that came out. I think it was like Record Store Day 2021 or something like that.
That's good. Ricky Scott. Scott's.
Ronnie Scott's.
Yeah, Ronnie Scott's.
This sounds like total shit. Yeah. The music's cool, but the recording quality is terrible.
Is that a reissue or something, or no?
No, it's just it's our Record Store Day. It's a live recording. It does not sound good, but I mean, like I said, the music's pretty cool, so I actually like it. But I would have liked to pay like $20 for it instead of 40.
That one that Omnivore, I think Omnivore did.
Yeah.
Didn't they do the meters or something like that?
No. Robin knows.
The compilation. Who did the compilation?
Real Gone.
Real Gone.
A 3 LP comp of their Joe. Is it of their Joe? It's of the original records. What's that label, Joey?
Yeah, no, it's that's a good comp. That sounds good.
but then a year later, they reissued. It came out a long time ago, and they reissued it. I bought that,
Yeah.
and then a year later, Jackpot reissues the 3 record.
Yeah.
But as a Rhino, whatever, that lower end, their version of the classic series, there's a Meters record coming out.
Is there? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's a one.
Now, what are the ones that are all desirable? Is that Cobblestone, Muse? Like, what are those ones that everybody always?
There are no
about?
meters
Josie.
on that. The Josie. Is it Josie?
Yeah, Josie.
Josie is the label.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are the ones Jackpot redid. So if you want those, get them.
So, Scotty, does the Sly and Family Stone sound bad too?
Yeah, I heard it's
Me?
very archival, but I think they said it was archival.
But I don't give a shit. But like, Scotty's got a good point. Like the Meters one I got, the music is good. It is.
Yeah.
I just don't like paying.
Yeah.
You know,
I
Premium
picture
price for
Scotty
that.
there with one
Right.
of those megaphone earpieces listening
Yeah.
to it.
Well,
So it sounds
but
like
there
shit.
is a sort of a point, like if you're gonna get, if it is like that, you might want to think about just getting the CD, spending less, and
Well,
it
that's
might
what I'm
sound
saying,
better, with the decompression
True.
of the CD player. That's where I'm kind of like sometimes, I get into these discussions with people, and I'm like, well, they're happy that it's digital and it has a quiet, that it's quiet. And I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, it's digital. Hopefully it better be quiet,
Sure.
Like, it's just, if it sounds really compressed, a CD player is going to do a lot better at making it sound open than your turntable will.
Yeah.
I can see that.
So
I love CDs, man. I bought the Mingus. That's the only one I bought of the like Zeb records,
mhm.
The Kenny Dorma. I'll listen. I got all the files from that one. I'm gonna listen to it again, and I might get the CDs for that one, but probably not. But I think I'm gonna get the CD version of the Bill Evans that they put out.
I bought the Bill Evans. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is very good.
Yeah. I didn't
you
know
know why?
if I wanted to get
You know
the
what
Bill
this thing-
Evans because I didn't know what if it is it a compilation?
What?
It's from 3 different shows over like a
It's
6-7
right.
year period.
And
But
I didn't
here's-
know how it would be all across.
Here's what makes it different than all the other Zev Bill Evans live records. Is Lee Connens is on one song.
One song.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there are many of those reissues.
There's 12 of them. Yeah.
Yeah,
Zev
no,
Feldman,
I have all of them.
Bill Evans. There's a lot. Here's one of the other Hank Mobley's that hasn't been.
Yeah, I have that one.
This
Speaking
would
of
be
home.
a pretty cool tone poet selection.
Is that Pink House like his home house or something? I mean,
No, it's these LT ones. It's someone's house that they. I think they raided the City College color darkroom and just
there's no fucking doubt about
like
it. Yeah.
stole like 50 of them and just put them on their records.
Paid them $5 a piece for them and just got it the fuck
I don't
out.
think they even paid for them.
Yeah, that's fair.
No, they do mention photographers in this, but I just probably it's like photography Mark Lipson. Who knows? Maybe a buddy.
Yeah. This is I agree, a budget file. Happy Girl was the best real jazz RSD this year. I think that's true.
And
I
then
still need to listen to mine.
Before I go, I thought I'd bring this out because this is the Johnny Diani and Dollar Brand.
Oh, cool. What is that on?
That's on. Well, I think it's originally Enja.
Oh, okay. Is that Inner City?
Yeah, it's Enja, but it is Enja, but it's Inner City.
Cool.
Because Inner City did all those steeplechase and Enjas.
Yeah.
Which
I've
makes
got
sense.
I've got
And
a
they
few
all
other
sound just
things
as
that-
good. They
Yeah, they
sound
do.
equally good.
They do. I've got a bunch of those. I've figured out though, like I keep all my records by label, like that's how I sort them.
Mm-hmm.
But I took all my Inner Cities and put them where they should be. Like whatever the original label was, Enja or
Oh, I see.
People Chase or whatever.
That's too confusing. I just keep it alphabetical.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of people that do the label thing.
I like it because
It looks cool, right?
Yeah, it makes it
You
easy.
have
to
all the
find.
impulse and like.
Now
Like
I
some of my Blue Notes,
go,
I got so many fucking Blue Notes now. It's like if I think of a record I want to listen to, I just look up the number and then I find it real easy because they're all in, the chronological order or whatever.
Yeah. I go first name alphabetical.
Jesus Christ, that's an abomination.
I know. But it's the way that I can think of it. Because when I think
That's
of
fair.
James Brown, I don't think of Brown. I think James Brown.
Yeah.
So I go to J's.
See, Brandon's brain just broke when you said that.
Yeah.
First name?
First name.
Yeah, first name.
Well, with alphabeticals, I get too fucked up with that. Like, I don't know, just like
There's so many,
Billy
yeah,
Joe,
and
Elton
it's
Jones,
honestly how I can remember, because I think one of them I do last name, but it's just how I remember it.
Right.
There's
That makes
just
sense.
there's so many Johns and Sonnies and Arts.
I know.
Well, that's kind of cool though. There's only
Yeah.
one Art. Art Pepper, Art Blakey. I guess that's it.
Art Pepper, Art Blakey, Art.
Yeah, Art Pepper and Art Blakey
You know
are
what?
right
Farmer,
together.
Art
for me.
Farmer. Yeah.
Art Farmer.
I think I might want to get that Art Pepper record coming out that looks like it was turned down by Record Store Day.
Which one?
It's live in Copenhagen, or An Afternoon in Copenhagen.
Oh, the Elemental.
It looks like it's a Zev title. That
It
Elemental.
is that title. Yeah. Felipe got a copy of that.
Right, and
I
it
think he
looks
gave it
like
away.
it had to be turned down by Record Store Day.
Oh yeah, Art Tatum. Yeah, duh. Yeah. Probably the most
Here,
gifted.
I'm going to show one more thing before I go, because this
Okay.
was another. I forgot I'd listened to this. This is really cool. This is this has the second pressing blue,
Oh, okay.
which is usually like a year later or 2 years later.
So it's just a bunch of bass players, huh?
Well, there's you've got, let's see. I mean, you've got here, let's go through it. It's not, I mean, there are a lot of bass players, but there's, some are bowing and some are doing other stuff. And then you got George Coleman and Harold Mayburn on piano and sax.
Oh, sick.
Sonny Brown on drums. So I can't remember. I have to listen to it again. I can't remember if the bass players are all together on every.
Well, it says choir, so probably so.
So
Well, the piano,
you know what I mean. There might be three.
Yeah.
if it's based on the
Everyone's on
piano choir and Stradies, they're all playing at the same time.
They are, and I would not recommend that record to anybody.
No.
No,
There are two.
I like piano music, but I don't like 10
There
piano.
are two of them, Brandon.
Well, I really like that. Oh my God, what is the saxophone one? Odeon Pope, right? What the fuck's that shit called?
Yeah, I'm way more into the saxophone, world saxophone quartet than 10 pianos playing at the same time.
Yeah, it's fair.
No, two pianos is good. But
What about the
pianos.
trombone
Yeah.
guys?
Yeah,
Hey,
two
I'm gonna
pianos.
Yeah, the saxophone choir. That's what I'm thinking of. The Odeon Pope saxophone choir.
This is pretty cool though. I really dig this, and it doesn't sound like too much bass at all. So
It's got a bunch of amazing players on there. Holy shit! Dude.
Before I leave, I want to put one thing out there. Because Brandon was saying all these guys with the same name in jazz. How many Jacobs are there in jazz?
Jacobs?
Jacobs?
Yeah.
Who's this one? Who's Jacob Bro?
There's a few.
Jacob Bro?
Didn't he spell his name different?
With a K or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jacob, if you want to be cooler, change your name to have a K in it because it would look cooler.
it's true.
Jacob, don't doubt the power of calling yourself Sonny Went.
Genre, artist, release date. Well, so genre, like 90% of my collection is jazz, probably. I got about 500 records that aren't jazz, but they're not even in this room, and I don't really care about them.
Yeah, I think 70% of my records are jazz.
Yeah.
And then 30% are other stuff.
Yeah. I need to go through all my other shit.
I'd say about 40% of mine is jazz.
Okay, you got a mixed collection then. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I am dwindling the jazz down, so it might get down to at some point. I don't know, probably not, because I'm getting rid of other stuff too. So
yeah, I need to go through my shit. I was looking at my shit today, and I was like, "You need to stop buying records, bro," because I have, these Target cubes, that sit on the floor. These crates you can get at Target. They're really kick ass, by the way. Little wooden boxes. I've got like 6 of them that are just full of shit that I've listened to once. But they're all not sorted at all. Some of them have been in the boxes for fucking a year.
That's
or 2.
why That's why I've just been selling and buying very little, because I want to listen to stuff I have.
Yeah,
that's right. That's right.
And I think that is just kind of how it goes. Eventually, you're like,
yep,
I don't want to keep collecting.
Yeah.
Every time I go to a fucking shop, though, I buy like 6 or 7 or 8 records. It's a problem.
Yeah, I just stopped. I have really stopped my shopping.
Yeah.
I don't buy as much online anymore, but I did order that
more
Andrew
records than anyone on the planet. Give me a break.
that Andrew Hill that got reissued in a double.
Yeah.
The Smokestack?
No. The one that came out in the early 2000s.
Oh, the live one, the double LP.
Yeah, it dropped. They gave you a 30% off, or at least me. On
Yeah, that's
Amazon.
a pretty cool record.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I picked that up.
No, I've been cutting way back. I think I just went on a dig with 2 of my friends, and I bought like 7 records.
Yeah.
But before that, it was, I think I gotten 3 records since November.
Yeah. I haven't bought a lot of records lately, but then I got a bonus like 2 months ago, and
I am excited about, even though I already have a copy, that the Tone Poet that's coming out in May, the Some Other Stuff, which I think is just a phenomenal album.
Who is that? Oh, Gresham
McClure.
Yeah, I'll definitely buy that. I buy almost every Tone Poet and every classic, but I like getting them on those sales, man. It's so much cheaper.
Yeah, that, like,
to
me, I have picked up, I guess I picked up the Hank Mobley Tone Poet. But the Gresham McClure is like, I haven't been this excited about a Tone Poet in a long time.
Sweet.
Well,
cool.
you know what comes out next month?
What?
Right around my birthday is the Benny Maupin, the Jewel and the Lotus.
Oh, finally?
Oh, nice.
Oh, who's doing that?
It's part of that ECM
Luminescence series. Yeah, I'll be buying that.
Because that's like $100 record.
Yeah, I'll be buying that one for sure.
That's a good one.
That's cool.
So
That's good,
ECM's doing. Tell me about that. What's ECM doing?
They have it's called a Luminescence series. They're AAA.
like their version of the Tone Poet.
Well, that's not crazy. Their jackets are shit compared to the Tone Poet jackets, but yes.
Well, that's cool. Yes. I'll be picking that. That's a record I really like, and it'll be one of those records where it's like.
Well, last year I saw him perform it live, so that was.
You know what's weird is those are available. You know what is the Verve store called? No, it's just Verve. It used to be Center Stage, right? Like the Verve store. I mean, it's so weird they have their own store.
That's super exciting though. That Benny Maupin.
They're available in the you Discover, I think.
Well, I don't think that's what I'm saying. The You Discover doesn't usually have the ECM stuff, but the Verve store did, which is fucking weird.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Well, they probably distributed here in the U.S.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Very strange.
Are you saying the Sounds of Vinyl one?
Sounds of Vinyl, maybe. Yeah, maybe so.
Is the You Discover the other one?
Yeah, You Discover is the main one, but wait a minute.
All right, well,
Sounds of Vinyl is the other.
Thanks for letting me know about that, Benny Maupin. That's really cool.
Here, check it out. They have them on You Discover too.
Huh?
They have them on You Discover. So
yeah.
They're gonna make enough. It's not like I'm not gonna get one.
Hey, also,
this is the site we all buy from because they have discounts all the fucking time.
Hey, here's another thing too. The Verve by Request put out a Benny Maupin record, and people say it's good because Brian Smith did the mastering on it.
Yeah, this is the series brand. It's called Luminescence. So,
okay, well, I have that Carl Bley.
Yeah. So anyway,
which is a good one. That you should pick that up. That solo piano.
Okay.
That one's great. If you like solo, it's a total 70s solo piano.
Hey, Brandon, you're not helping him get down his record.
Well, I mean, it's funny. Brandon sent me.
I got it. Stop buying crap.
Yeah. I listened to the Cone concert, and then what's the other one you sent me? That 3-disc.
Oh, the Lausanne.
Yeah, I like that one actually better than Cone probably, but they're.
Oh yeah. The Cone concert I like better.
I have a lot of ECM records in the auction tomorrow.
Oh my god! Oh, is it tomorrow?
Oh, is it tomorrow?
Yeah,
Tomorrow, 1 o'clock.
Don't
I
you
sent
just
you a
want to
message,
show all your
Carlos.
records?
Yeah, show us some samples.
I did a preview, but I have a stack here that I was cleaning.
You could just like show them. You could be like, I think this is gonna go for blah blah blah.
Hey, here's another one, Brandon, the String Trio of New York.
Is that
I've seen
violins
that.
or what?
It has like a.
It's Billy Bang. These are good. Yeah. This is cool. This is Japanese double LP called the Drum Session. All these guys playing together at once. Who else is on here? I might want to keep this, but I can't keep everything because you don't see Jerome Richardson on a lot of stuff.
No,
that's true. That's cool.
And it's produced by Oliver Nelson, double LP.
Dude, I saw a speaking of Keith Jarrett, Brendan, you may know what this is. God, I'm drawing a blank. I streamed like some jazz, psychedelic jazz the other day. It's like a thing I found on Apple. I could probably look it up again on my phone, but there's this record. It was him, Keith Jarrett, and Paul Motion. And I don't know.
Okay, so
probably on ECM.
No, they started on Atlantic and went over to ECM. It was that band where it was Keith
Vortex.
Jarrett, Paul Motion.
Vortex. But that's a different. That's Paul Motion and shit.
Charlie Hayden, Gary Peacock.
Charlie Hayden.
Yeah.
And then when he went to ECM, the Köln concert, or I guess it's really pronounced Kern because I watch German football. But Jarrett was a real like prima donna asshole to work with, and the piano. So he had to have like a Bosendorfer. That was like the thing. He had to have like a Bosendorfer 12-foot grand. That was his thing. And I don't know what happened. I can't remember if it was a Bosendorfer or not, but the piano in Kern was totally like fucked up.
Yep.
And he threw like a hissy fit or whatever. But I think it was because there were certain people that were going to be there and they were going to record it and blah, blah, blah. So he just kind of worked with that piano.
Well,
yeah.
He was sick.
The story I heard about that part too was that he took the fact that it was out of tune.
Yeah. And I have to imagine that like, for like a lot of people, it would have played okay. But for someone like him, it probably had to be so perfect that,
right.
You know what I mean? Like, just because it wasn't, it was probably like a bar piano tune, like
people I'm taking off. I want to listen to a record before I go.
Okay, see you, Rob.
Yeah, I gotta get.
Come to the auction tomorrow, everyone. You'll have fun.
All right, have good luck on your sales.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Fuck, I was just thinking about Keith Jarrett. Oh, when we talked to Cecil McBee, the first big band that Keith Jarrett was in was the you're muted, Carlos.
I said that was such a cool interview. I love the interview.
Yeah, we're hoping to get him back for part 2 because we only got to like 66.
That's a huge get, man.
Dude, it was insane. You know how we got it? Joe Marino.
Oh my god.
Joe Marino knows somebody that knows his wife or something. Like that's how we got hooked up.
That's huge.
No, that's the biggest interview we ever had for sure. I mean, it's like,
for sure.
Cecil McBee is a fucking legend, dude. Like,
yeah.
What's funny is that on the run up to that interview, and then afterwards, I bought just a fuck ton of records that he's on.
Yeah,
just anything I find with him on it, and they're all good.
Yeah,
he's insane.
He's a legend.
But Keith Jarrett, the first big thing that he was in was that Charles Lloyd band.
Okay.
With him and Keith Jarrett, I mean, it's one of my favorite bands of all time. And I told him that it was like it's Charles Lloyd, Keith Jarrett, Elvin Jones, and Cecil McBee. I mean, dude.
Yeah.
Like a Forest Flower, that record?
Yes. So he's in that?
Yeah. Yeah. They put out like 4 or 5 records, like all in like 18 months or 2 years or something. Like they weren't together that long.
Yeah.
Yeah. All the Charles Lloyd records he's on are awesome. Yeah. And it's cool because we talked. That's one of the main things we talked about with him. But when you look, the history of that is they went over to Europe. Yeah. And he talked about this, and they were just, I think it was started in Montreux, right? Or maybe it was in Paris. But anyway, he was telling us.
Yeah, Montreux is Paris, is France, right? No?
I don't know.
Okay.
But he said that people started following them throughout Europe, like after the first show. And then if you look at like I've listened to a bunch of the records I had with him before we interviewed him. I usually try to do that, like if we interview a new artist and they send us a record or they send us files, where I'll try to listen to it to get used to the music. But it's in Switzerland, that's what I thought. Thanks, Palace.
Oh yeah,
Switzerland. But the reviews from that time, like the critics and stuff, are all just insane.
Yeah,
like their reception, like they were like the biggest shit there for that time period. And then they kind of separated and did their own things. But I mean,
that's crazy.
But what's funny is Cecil was talking about Keith, and he's like, I think he said Charles said, yeah, there's this guy, or I don't remember what he said. I have to listen to the interview again. But whatever it was, is that Keith was telling was the guy that was telling all of his teachers at Juilliard they were full of shit.
Oh wow.
Basically. Yeah. So they talk about Keith being a prima donna. He's got the chops though.
Yeah, for sure.
For
sure. Yeah, you can't deny his ability.
No,
in any way. Yeah.
I mean, that's I'm dude. Solo records are tough sometimes. Like if they're not good,
for sure.
You have to have a lot of emotional content, and just you gotta be saying some shit if it's a solo record.
No, yeah,
he's a master of solo piano.
Yeah, I think it was King Loyola was saying that. Keith Jarrett's solo records are the best, and it's he's a master at it.
I watched Keith Rick Beato interviews. Really worth watch out. No, Rick Beato's interviews are fucking nuts.
Yeah, no, Keith, Charles Lloyd. Speaking of Charles Lloyd, I mean, it's like, so Felipe was bringing him up, Gerald Clayton. And I just saw, last year, I saw them at the New Orleans Jazz Festival. Gerald Clayton was playing piano for Charles Lloyd.
Oh, cool.
And, so Charles Lloyd is definitely he's a person that bridges that gap of super old, reaching the old school guys and being part of the new school too. So
no, I mean, dude, that so there's a bunch of, let me see, where is the fucking
that new Charles Lloyd is
amazing. I don't know about the new one, but the one I have, the last one that I got of his is right here. So I bought these on Blue Note sale, and there's like 3 records I bought, and we could talk about
that one.
They sent art card. They sent like these little art cards with them, and they signed them. So that's kind of cool. But that one is totally kick ass.
Yeah, I saw. So I heard him perform some songs from that at New Orleans Jazz Festival. Yeah.
But the trios records he put out, remember that little box set that they did?
Yeah.
Like 2 years ago, is fucking awesome. He's got another one coming out.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, he's Joe. I think let's talk to Joe Harley. He talked about that. Yeah, he's like 84 or something, man. But he's still fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Still killing it. I mean, how old's David Murray now? Shit, he's still killing it too. Did you get Plum, the JMI record?
I did not. I haven't. Yeah.
Oh, David Murray's only 70. He's much younger.
Yeah.
But anyway, Charles Lloyd's still killing it.
Yeah, because Charles Lloyd was able to, still be around when some of those in the 70s, early 70s, when those guys were around. So
60s, yeah. 60s, 70s, yeah.
60s, yeah.
It's funny. The other fun, one of the favorite things that Cecil told us about that was when he met Charles Lloyd. Charles came to see him, at a show, and he's like, "Hey, you want to it was funny." He said, "Hey, next February, do you have anything going? You want to go on a tour with me?" And he's like, it was like June the year before. He's like, "No, man, I ain't got shit going on." February, it sounds great, right? So then he said, the trios are great, Scotty. But then he said that Charles was like, okay, we'll come by my house and we'll do some like some tests basically.
Yeah.
And so Cecil's like, I went and did the test and I completely failed them, and then because he told us he's like that's not me. I can play live, I can do whatever, but it's not like you give me sheet music and I'm just like, So he said he failed it, and then he's like, well, fuck, I guess I fucked that up. And then like a couple months later, or like right before he was going on tour, Lloyd called him up and was like, hey, I couldn't find anybody else, so why don't you go with me, is Palace, is the new record out? The new Charles Lloyd's out?
Oh, is it?
Yeah. What's cool is Joe Harley produces most of those too with him.
Yeah.
They seem to have kind of a relationship going,
Yeah, no, he's in the photo. I think he's in the photo on the back of that other one.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's in a photo of that.
Let's see. Here we go. Let me share my screen real quick. Present. I've got on his website here. Share screen. Charles Lloyd. And for an old cat, he also just looks super cool. Like those glasses, like he's just got a cool.
No, yeah, he's
thing about him, Let's see. So latest recordings. It's got to be on here, right? Is that a link? I guess it is. Yeah. Well, that's only showing that one. Weird.
Yeah.
He's looked at his website because that came out like last year. But those trios are cool.
Yeah.
I still don't have the Tone Poet.
Yeah, I don't have that one either. No, I don't have either of those. The other one next to it either.
Charles Lloyd 8. I didn't even know that was a thing. I'll tell you what's great though is this one, and you can probably get this really cheap.
Oh, with Lucinda Williams. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to click into it.
I haven't even listened to that one.
Vanished Gardens, Charles Lloyd in the Marvels plus Lucinda Williams. It's really, really good.
Okay.
You should stream that one. Yeah, it's great. I don't know when it came out. Probably 2021 or something. But no, Charles Lloyd's just awesome, dude.
2018.
2018. Okay, yeah. This is one of the ones I think Zeb did.
I have that one.
Yeah, it's I need to listen to this. Manhattan Stories.
Yep. That was an RSD.
Gabor Zasbo, as Rob would say, Ron Carter, and Mila Roca.
Gabor Szabo. Yeah.
Yeah, Gabor Szabo. That's a great one too. So anyway.
Yeah.
Now I need to, but back to the whole not buying records and listening to what you have. Like, I got to stop buying shit.
Yeah, I know. I'm selling. So besides the auction tomorrow, I'm doing a fair the next day on Sunday.
Oh, you're gonna be in Rob's auction tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm gonna be in Rob's auction.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Selling a few records, and then the next day I'm doing a fair, vinyl fair. So I have like my list of all my records that I'm selling. So it's about 270 altogether.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You got them all priced and everything, obviously, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot of fucking work, man.
It is.
I've done 3 or 4 Rob's auctions. I haven't done one probably in 6 months. I need to really, I don't know. I'm out of space. Like, it's like, okay, do you buy another IKEA? Because I've thought about buying like a 5x5 and like kind of rearranging some shit in here so I can have room for it. But it's like, do I need that, or could I just sell shit that I don't listen to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I think you talked about the Target ones that you have some Target ones.
What do you mean?
The shelves.
No, I only have IKEA. It's all the same shit.
Oh, okay.
Target.
Because I have most of my stuff on like these Target shelves that I purchased. So yeah. But yeah, I'm running out of room too, and don't have anywhere. So yeah, that's why I'm doing the auction and selling stuff. So
let me find the Target thing, the Target boxes though, if I can find them. Hang on. Here they are. Let me find them. Because they're actually fucking awesome for storing records.
Yeah, I just reinforced them a little bit with some L brackets, and then they worked fine.
What the fuck, dude? I can't find it on their website. Well, shit. I'm not seeing it. But anyway, I've got. Let me turn my light on. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So they've got these. I think they're like for toys or whatever, just random storage. But if you see right behind me, see that box back there behind me? Let me make myself big.
Yeah.
I've got like 10 of those now.
Okay.
And they're perfect. They're perfect. So they got little handles on the sides, and they're perfect. They probably hold like 50 records when they're full. But here's my problem. As you can see that pile of shit behind me, that's 5 of them.
Yeah, right.
They're just full of random shit that I've bought.
So that's 250, right?
That's 250. I got 2 more right here next to me. Then I've got this, and so all this shit over here is like my organized collection, all this stuff over here. But then there's like my recent just pile of shit on the floor.
Yeah.
And then over here is just, if you can see that, it's just another, fucking 12 cubes of random shit that's not really organized. So
I know, man. It piles up on you.
It does. And it's like, so you have to, I mean, the thing about it is, like, when I first, we're talking about Jimmy Smith as a perfect example, right? I've probably got 20 Jimmy Smith records, dude.
Yeah.
But like, do I need 20 Jimmy Smith records? Probably not. I probably could deal with like 5 or 10 of them.
Yeah.
10, and kind of pick and choose. I've got 4 copies of The Cat, the Verve record, right? Like, just randomly. Cool, I'm not alone. Yeah, got it. You're not alone. But I mean, and so what's cool about Rob's auctions for me is, you get it all, you do the PayPal thing. So you end up with a pile of cash, like $400, $500, $600 or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I just spend all that on records anyway.
Yeah.
But, it's fun to change a bunch of $3 records into, one $20 record or something.
Right.
Or a $40 record or whatever.
True. So, I mean, if I can show one thing that I might sell?
Everything, dude. Yeah, everything. Whatever. Oh, shit.
I might sell this.
Okay.
So I might have to set a reserve on this, though, of like $300.
$300, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it's never been opened, sealed, Lee Morgan, box set at the Lighthouse.
If nobody bids on it tomorrow, just put it on Discogs. Do you ever sell on Discogs?
Sure. Yeah. I think the lowest one right now is 330.
Yeah.
So, but if I can get 300 for it, that's fine.
Yeah, I see that. That came out right when I was really getting into jazz, and I did not buy it.
Yeah. I also might sell this.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Duke Pearson, Sweet Honeybee. It's an OG.
That's some good shit, man.
Stereo.
Yeah.
So
master tape does not exist.
Nope. So might sell that.
That's another big one. Now the cheapest Lee Morgan box is $3.99 now.
Oh wow! Okay, somebody bought the other one.
And so the last one sold, yesterday for $3.49, dude. So I mean, you can definitely get rid of it.
Okay.
I like selling Discogs too. I mean, the fees are a little whatever.
Yeah. I've sold some stuff on there, but I haven't sold a ton.
I've probably sold. Let me see. What have I sold on there? I've sold some electronica shit that I got from my sister. She was a DJ.
Okay.
I've put up random, like 12 inches.
Yeah, that stuff goes for a lot sometimes.
Sometimes, but I've sold. Let's see what I've sold. I've sold. How many records have I sold? 85.
Okay.
Over 3 years or whatever.
Yeah.
It's cool though. But yeah, the stuff that I sold to hers that really sold well was just like LPs, like Chemical Brothers.
Oh yeah.
Like that, she had a bunch of OGs that were like VG-ish or VG plus. I mean, I always rate them correctly, or grade them correctly. So yeah, I sold a bunch of that shit. But it's weird. I mean, I sold a record this week. It was like $5. It was like a Cassius, the producer, the electronic producer. You ever heard of him?
No.
Oh yeah, he was just like, it was some random little EP he put out that's like a $5 record. I've had it on there since 2021, and it finally sold.
Okay, nice.
So I've got one of my cubes. It's just all the crap that I have on Discogs.
Yeah.
And once a month, or it's weird, man. I'll go like 3 months without selling shit, and then suddenly I'll sell 4 records like in 2 days. Bizarre. But you got to watch it because you get complacent about it, and then it's like,
yep.
Oh shit! I sold a record 3 days ago. Fuck.
Yep. I gotta ship it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, cool. Well,
Awesome.
So good luck tomorrow. I'll try to join y'all if I'm available during that time. That'd be fun.
Please do.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Y'all have a good weekend.
All righty.
Paul, I do not have any Drexciya records. No, I do not.